to me. I'd like to thank you all for joining us this evening. Let me know if y'all with me, y'all. Just a couple of things I want to say. I only play the games that I win at and stay the same with more rhymes than it's ways to skin cats. As a matter of fact, let me rephrase. With more rhymes and ways to fillet felines in these days. Watch the path of the black one. Super villain, he reps close to Del. In the drunken stupid chillin'. Ready and willing to independently fall that plan of any rhymer.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to week 2 edition of the Punchmans Report. My name is Rusty Seabutter.
And I'm Jimmy Burrito.
Thank you for joining us today, Stemmy Burrito.
What's that, Sammy Burrito? I don't know why. It's not my name.
So we're back this week covering the amazing 9As, the great Division 8s, and this week in a kind of surprise twist, we're also going to be taking our own division, Division 4, the Fightin' Fours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be good and exciting. Unfortunately, this is due to Ironmaster, who's been a fantastic caster, is no longer going to be able to do it. So we're kind of picking up the slack while Superfed figures out like what the long-term plan is for that recap. But it's good fun for us because we basically get to talk shit about all the teams in our division, which is really kind of like the dream.
Yeah, we stole the right for that. Fight some people off for Division 4, but
yeah, that's right. You should have seen them
chomping at the bits.
Yeah, swarming like piranhas. And we had to heroically swing on a vine and just scoop the Fightin' Fours up out of the river and land it on the other side and then give it a big smooch. So, I already know the answer, but who are you playing this week?
My last game, I don't remember. Oh, I had a bye week. That's why I don't remember playing. It went great. I got a whole bunch of free SPP for not doing nothing. I got my Frank. Which one? Havarti makes you farty. Picked up as 8 SPP and leveled.
You know, on the street they call him Havarti the God.
He has block, dodge, guard, and now he's going to have either mighty blow or tackle. I'm not sure.
Still thinking about it. He rolled regulars, right?
Yeah, normals.
And so, and you're playing Moniker this week. The freak humans.
Trash from the past.
Yeah, we should stay there. Yeah, they're. I mean, so maybe we'll take a look at them this week and talk about them a little bit more. But that is a maniac human team that I've already seen in progress. He just did kickflips all over me.
You just played him last week, right? Week 1.
Week 1, yeah. Now I had Kyle and his Cowboy Dwarfs this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that it was a good game. Kyle played a good game.
I watched some of that.
Yeah, I didn't really get the dice I wanted in the first, and then my armor crumbled at the worst possible time. Kind of giving him, I had him all bottled up at the half, the 50-yard line, and it was working pretty good until all my guys went down, and then he just ran away. His dwarves are so fast; they can't be caught once they get away. And then on my drive, I just I did like a sick ollie nose grind down a rail past him. And there was nothing he could do, and then we just punched each other to wind out the tie. It was a good game.
Yeah, I caught the first half of that game, and I just saw
pushes
what looked like, just everybody just bouncing off each other for 8 turns.
Yeah, that's about right. It was really about 6 turns, and then that's when Armor 9 remembered that it's imaginary, and the orcs stopped believing. All right, so should we jump into Division 9A?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we got a whole big slate of scores this week, a bunch of good games. And where you want to start?
Start with the first game. Look at that. A bye. Oh, nope, that's week 3. A bye week for the flipping deck.
It looks like they did well with their bye week. Didn't let it sneak up on them.
He got a zombie MVP, which sucks, but he also got a werewolf MVP, and he leveled.
It looks... I'm confused, because he doesn't have a skill on that werewolf yet.
I mean, he has 2 skills.
Oh, it just doesn't put it in a little card. Okay, yeah. So now he's a blodger.
The bye week, I think, because when they give out custom MVPs, it fucks with it and it doesn't know how to do it. So sometimes it shows the SPP, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it shows a skill, sometimes it doesn't.
Well,
Blodge Wolf.
Yeah, it looks like you made the right choice. Go with the Blodge Wolf if you don't get those doubles, and maybe burn that zombie down at some point after he gets 30 play. All right.
All right. Next, we got the Mesozoic Mighty Man versus Oh Comrade, Where Art Thou? 1-0 win for the Mighty Mans.
Well, they got 6 of them. They got 6 Mighty Mans, Lizard Mans, and this week it was Triceratops Terry walking away with the MVP and getting that level. So that's a nice level. Let's see what he took real quick.
He hasn't taken anything yet.
He's saving it. Maybe he rolled the doubles.
I think you still take block.
On the results screen here, nothing really jumps out. 9 armor breaks to 5. Sounds like Lizard's playing. Kislev's actually low. Look at that. The blocks were super even across this game.
Yeah.
The time of possession was not. So I'm guessing he was able to take the ball away from the Kislev and keep it away from them.
Yeah.
Relatively easy. That's kind of what this looks like. Even though Kislev moved 36 yards, so they might have overcommitted on 12% ball possession. That's what, 2 turns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he probably pushed up the field or something and got the ball stripped.
Yeah. Neither team had particularly hot armor dice on 36. You know, when you get right around 40 blocks, you'd expect to get a little bit more in ways of the injuries. But not today. Leading to a pretty shallow SPP take for both teams. Mesozoic Mighty Men got that 2 points on top of the MVP for Triceratops Terry. Big Pappy picking up that MVP on O'Connor, Where Art Thou? And then just a vanity pass to round out his points.
Yeah.
Well, Brachiosaurus Bill, which sounds like a Saurus, scoring that touchdown.
You'd think, but I don't know.
I mean,
I can't imagine that happening.
Would you name a skink after a Brachiosaurus?
Nope. It was, in fact, a Saurus touchdown, yeah.
So you got to do the haka.
Do the haka.
Yeah, it's nice. It's always fun. So yeah, good win for the Mighty Men. You know, Kislevs are always off to a tough start, so it's not too surprising. I think hanging in 1-0 is it's not too bad. Maybe also might mean that he might have played good defense on his defense drive. So yeah, shall we jump on to the next one?
Yeah, let's take a look at the next one. It is Sugar and Spite's debut versus the Mainland Creepers. Is it their debut? I don't think so.
Either their debut or their second game. They came in after the preview, so we didn't actually get a chance to get them in. And I actually watched this game right before we recorded tonight, so it's fresh in my memory. And you might notice here in the stats, he got 16 armor breaks to 7, which seems a little bit surprising for Underworld against Dark Elves, who are kind of the elves that can bang.
Bang bang.
And that's what happened. And the Creepers came out, and just right off the bat, we're getting hot injury dice. They got a removal on a foul, like an injury off a foul. The Troll came in on a KO blitz, which led to a pro strat on one of the Dark Elf blitzers. He actually flipped the KO back into a stun just to keep bodies on the field because he was losing them so fast. It was like turn 2 or 3. And then the Creepers, you know, looked like they kind of had the edge because they had bodies all of a sudden on the Elves.
Yeah.
And they got down the sideline. They kind of squeezed down the sideline with a little 2-man cage. And the Elves managed to stop them. So it looked like, you know, with the Elves receiving, they were gonna be able to pull out that 1-0 victory or more. But that's not the way it went. The Sugar and Spite, they received the ball back. They make a real quick push down, and by turn 10, they get the ball taken away almost all the way through the backfield of the Creepers. I think they kind of outran their support a little bit. And the Sewermans swarmed them just as quickly, took the ball away, and then by turn 12, they had a thrower right up at the end zone line on the Dark Elf side. And the Dark Elves were just failing dodges like crazy and getting dub skulls, and it was a rough dice game. Also, and I'm not sure, is Sugar and Spite the team that has 1 reroll?
Let me take a look. Yep.
Yeah, so that absolutely killed him in this game.
Yeah,
I guess.
I bet.
Yeah, failures. I mean, dodge failures on Dark Elves should be relatively rare, but he had a lot of them. And even with maybe 1 or 2 more rerolls, it might not have really saved him. But, geez, oh Pizzo, like he would burn that reroll in the first couple turns in each half, and then he's just everything he did was a turn ender.
That's rough. It's like Chaos Cup or Cripple Cup.
Yeah. Speaking of Cripple Cup, notable injury for the mainland creepers. Asha, the goblin, the minus armor goblin that he's been carrying, he picked up a niggle.
Oh.
So now he is just the glassiest, paperiest man that ever existed. And I think he still has. I don't think he's cut him.
Yeah, he still has him. He lost another goblin, too.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah, the Delphs kind of started coming back in terms of the injuries as the game went along, and it was a little more kind of what you expect in terms of the bash output. But, you know, when he's dodging on his first turn and failing, and half his guys are still laying down, like the Elves just weren't able to get those, you know, the last 6 turns of the game, they weren't able to get their punches. So it was a rough game for if this was his first game. If it's the second game, also a rough game. But maybe less emotionally rough. Maybe more palatable.
Move on to we see here Eisen Mike's Great Cold Ones got a bye week, and he got a level on one of his berserkers. Got MVP and on the runner. Good for him.
Anything exciting out of that?
Nothing yet. He's had 2 bye weeks in a row, and he has not leveled any of the players that he got on those bye weeks. So he's just loaded with potential energy.
It'll be fun to see how that team starts shaping up.
Yeah, once some things start happening with those levels, we can take another look at them. And then moving on to the next game, which was a 3-0 blowout between Orcsploitation Cinema and Reasonably Greedy. So this had happened when we recorded the last episode, but we didn't really talk about it.
Yeah, and I think the Goblins, despite getting really batted around, as you can see here, it's 2 armor breaks to 15, which is not good as a stunty team. Yeah. 48 blocks to 20.
2 expulsion.
With 5 injuries and a kill. But I think he actually didn't. I think other than the kill, he didn't actually come out that bad. In this fight.
5 Kaz, but none of them were perms.
Yeah. So he actually came out okay, and this is the game I think where he got the MVP on the ball, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh
no.
Oh, that was the previous game?
That was the previous one.
Okay.
He got it on a regular goblin this time, but...
Oh, right. Yeah, because you can see it right here on the result screen. But, yeah, so I didn't get a chance to watch it, so I can't really speak to the nuance of the game, but it just sounds like kind of one of those early goblin games when they get batted around by orcs who are really good out of the box. And this is... this is 9A. These are fresh teams. So, you know, I think all in all, 3-0 doesn't feel very good and probably won't help you much in your playoff chances, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. And those expulsions, 2 expulsions, those are probably his secret weapons, but I would have, I guess, assuming based on the number of armor breaks that he didn't foul with the chainsaw against AV9 is probably something you want to do. But
now, looking at the SPP, this is a red letter day for Orcsploitation Cinema, who are already off to a fast start. I think Underworld they played week 1, so they get to go from Underworld full of goblins to goblins full of goblins.
Yeah, and he picked up 3 blitzer levels on this game, and we talked about what they picked up last week when they looked at the team, but
yeah,
that's some good levels to get. Some of them from fresh 0-6 guys.
Well, so I just counted it up. This is 24 SPP take in a single game across 5 different players. 3 of those players getting 6 points or more.
It's not bad.
It doesn't get better. That's easily the best orc take I've ever seen. So, congratulations, Orcsploitation Cinema. Congratulations, Reasonably Greedy, for not having a big rebuild on your hands as a result of a game like that. So yeah, good news for both of you.
Look at the dice before we move on. Look at the dice rolls real quick for a reasonably greedy.
Yeah, what's up?
Hail Mary pass.
Yeah.
6 attempt. 4 success, 2 failure.
2 failures. So twice he fumbled. He must have knocked himself down and still had time to get back up and throw another one. Usually you just die.
Yeah.
And Stupid, he did great on Stupids.
Yes, that's normal.
Loner is exactly what you expect. 0%. Loner never ever works.
Chainsaw 2-0 as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like Jimmy said, I agree. Start using that guy as almost like a dedicated fouler, and occasionally on like a high strength guy, just to kind of even the edge a little bit with that strength deficit you're going to be at.
All right. Let's move on to the next game, which is a 2-1 win for the Battle Brothers over the Cold-Blooded Exes.
Yeah, and this is so the Battle Brothers I think are 2-0.
Oh yeah.
At this point, so for all the grief we've been given the Bretts,
they are 1-1-0.
1-1-0. Okay. Oh, they tied in their Kislev game. That's right. But it was just a fun game.
Yeah.
Fantastic MVP right off the bat for the Cold-Blooded Exes.
Yeah. Jennifer.
Getting Jennifer. Jennifer now can take sidestep or maybe something even cooler if you roll doubles.
Even cooler, he rolled doubles and he got blocked.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. So he got blocked.
Oh, wow.
Lucky you.
You just got a survivable sort of-ish skink with 4 agility.
Yeah. King of the skinks.
King of the skinks. The Lord of the Lizards. And then the Battle Brothers got it on lineman because that's what happens with Bretts.
That's okay, though, because it gives him a dirty player, which is linchpin of the Bretonnian team. It's their removal powers, dirty player peasants.
Yeah, you want as many of those as you can get, right?
Pretty much. I think 2 or 3. 4 is maybe excessive, because you can't even put 4 peasants on the field most of the time. But
yeah, and it looks like he actually got a pretty good SP spread across the Bretts. 14 points. They got a pass in there. MVP, and then another guy with a touchdown and a hurt. Did he get 2 yeah, he got 2 points in this game, right? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So that's just an all-around good game. So let's see what happens statistically here. Didn't actually punch much. 27 to 38 blocks, so they were kind of avoiding each other. But look at the people were moving the ball in this game.
Yeah, lots of running.
Lots of running and a little bit of passing. And yeah, look at that. So he scored 2 points with only 31% ball possession. So he must have taken the ball away from the Lizards at some point, right?
Yeah, looking at the man, a lot happened in this game with development and with Kaz. There's 2 sources that are going to be out next week for the Cold-Blooded Exes. One of them is just a miss next game, but one of them is an armor bust.
Let's come back to them because we're actually spotlighting them this week, I believe.
Yeah, and the Battle Brothers lost a blitzer to a miss next game.
Oof.
Boy.
Well, let's keep that in mind as we look at the when we get to the picks coming up, because I'm sure whoever they're playing is going to love not having 4 of those blitzers to worry about.
Yeah, and it's his leader blitzer, so there's a reroll off the team for the rest of the next game.
Yeah, when before we started recording, I was like, I got time to watch one more game and squeeze it in. And this, I was really eyeballing this one because a 2-1 score for Bretts over Lizards seems pretty neat.
Mm.
But I didn't wind up doing it because that mainland creeper, we've already watched games for both of these teams. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just gonna cut this whole bit out. I don't know what point I'm trying to make here.
Your point is you didn't watch this game.
Yeah, that's all I really provided to the viewer. Is, I didn't watch it, but here's why. I already watched you guys, so go fuck yourselves. All right, outtakes we go.
That was good.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to talk about with these guys?
This game? Let's take a look at the last game of the week.
Oh boy.
The Rotten Snatches versus the Norse Unleashed is a 1-1 tie.
Yeah, the Norse Unleashed coming off that brutal opening week. Coming out and tying up Tommy Too Tall and his cleverly named Snatch references.
Yeah.
And not that bad on armor breaks for a Norse team against Nurgle. Bodying up, and look at the blocks. He just leaned in on this one and tried to get tempo. Maybe he did.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm almost curious to watch
Yeah,
this
it's
one.
hard to tell from the stats.
Yeah, because he didn't have much ball possession. He really only had the ball like 2 turns and scored.
Yeah.
But he came out on a good side of it. Look at the injury distro. He put 3 guys in the Kaz box compared to none.
Yeah, one of them is Frankie Fourfinger's got a move bust on a Pestigore. His Blodge Pestigore.
Ooh.
And a Dead Rotter. But
and a Blodge Pestigore is potentially like your... Oh, no, or does he have a dedicated carrier already? Who's a different guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember, but still a Blodge Pesty. That's an important Pesty.
Yeah, and already being only 6 movement, going down to 5 really hurts.
Yeah. You bestie,
Nope.
get
That
a new
is
Pestigore.
his carrier Pestigore. That's his only Pestigore with any SPP.
I mean, do you just turn him into a hitter now, or like a pillar, like put guard on him, and just don't worry about the movement? Let another Pestigore become the carry guy.
I think in the meantime he stays your carry guy because you don't have anybody else that can safely hold the ball.
He's like an orc thrower now.
Yeah, and you just, I mean, the rest of your team, the one thing is the rest of your team is still pretty slow, so it's not like you're not going to be able to keep up with your Nurgle Warriors at 4 movement, but yeah, I think you start, he's just a stopgap until you can get at least block on the next Pestigore and buy a 3rd one, and hopefully you can cycle him.
Yeah, so that's a setback for the Snatches. Nice tie for Norse Unleashed, kind of bouncing back. And good SPP take. 12 points. Kind of tough outing. Other than that touchdown for the Snatches, they didn't really have much going because they couldn't get anybody hurt. Norse, and that's got to be frustrating. All that AV7 and nowhere to go.
It's the block difference, I bet.
Yeah, it must be, right? Because these are early, these are fresh roll teams, and Nurgle are off to that typically slow start. Even though if I remember, the Snatches were actually pretty, at least further along than what we're used to seeing in first season Nurgle teams. But yeah, the block across the board is a tough thing to deal with. And I think Norse Unleashed has block on both their Ulfs, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they're covered in that regard.
Yeah, looking at the block dice, there's a fair amount of both downs rolled by the Norse. By the Nurgle, sorry. So that's maybe led to some of the issues.
Yeah.
Most of them managed to reroll successfully. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I guess it just, in the key moments, it must just not have broken his way.
Yeah.
And, again, it's not like the Norse Unleashed played bad last week. So, I guess they're getting back on the roll, and everybody needs to start paying attention, watching out for these oily boys coming to rub on them, get your clothes all messy.
Oily boys.
All right, so I think that does it for the scores for this week in the Amazing A's. So that takes us to Spotlights.
Spotlights.
So who we got this week?
We were gonna look at the cold-blooded Exes.
Yeah. Get to look at these names again.
These lizards.
Where are they? I'm
Where are they?
trouble finding them. Oh, there they are. Top left. Next to Ford.
Yep. It's the generic winged sword logo.
Yeah, that's what gets you. You need to see like
something with a little spice.
Yeah, something with a little Mexican heritage, like Chichen Itza. All right, so
All right.
these are some nice blue boys.
Oof.
And
Beat
they
up blue
are
boys.
beat up.
Yeah.
Oh, Amy,
This,
good gorilla.
Amy missed next game.
And that, oh no, it's not the only block. So yeah, so Stacy got that level.
Yeah.
And man, armor bust on Kristen. That's rough.
Yep.
What is
Crocs
the injury?
picked up a level too.
Okay,
and
good.
got
Amy,
guard.
good gorilla is just a miss next game, so that's
Yep.
not so bad.
Kristen's armor bust.
Yeah,
She's
on
gonna
4
have
of
to get
6.
cut. Luckily, you do have. It looks like you have the money to replace her right away. Highly recommend. Gives you your 5th Saurus for this game coming up, and also you don't want an AV8 Saurus on a lizard
Ever.
team,
Yeah.
even if she's got 4 SPP.
Even for one game.
Well,
yeah,
you'd be missing out on her in this game anyway. So at least if you cut her and replace her, you get your 5th one.
Oh yeah, I just mean it's not really. This is a case where, as big a fan as I am of riding the snake, this is not a case to do it.
No, definitely.
Yeah, just
not-
you got the money, just replace her right away. Maybe you got another ex-girlfriend you can name her after, or it can be Kristen 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we already talked about Jennifer a little bit.
Yennefer
Man, this piece.
is king of the skinks, like we were saying. Definitely now you want to have the rest of your skinks are like disposable to save and protect Jennifer.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want... I mean, even with Blodge, which dramatically increases her survivability, you don't want anyone hitting this piece.
Yeah.
This is your scorer. This is kind of your entire offense. And the unfortunate thing with lizards, at least when you play like teams with a fair bit of tackle, is they will whittle down your skinks. I would say you should start thinking about a little more bench. Maybe one additional... Well, it's tough.
Nah.
You get the 2 missed next games. You can
Yeah,
get rid
12,
of one.
12 players is about as high as you want to go on lizards early, I'd say.
Well, Weave was carrying 2 bench skinks the whole season I played with him, first season. And second
Yeah.
season. Second season he did too.
how's his? So
He's pretty good.
if he's gonna have 180 SP on top, how's his team value? Sorry, 180 team value on top. How's his team value matching up? So yeah, he could probably do that.
Well, he can't afford it now.
Maybe.
Because he's going to have to drop 80. If he tried to address this right now, he'd spend 80, leaving him with 30.
Right.
So
No,
yeah.
I just mean once he has his full roster, if he picks up a 12th, like an extra skink, another skink, he would
13th
be
player, yeah.
he would be too. I think his team value would be too high. I don't think it's worth it. Stick with your 12-man team.
I just think that it's maybe worth considering in his case because he's in an early undeveloped team with Sauruses that aren't going to be able to reliably stand up.
Maybe.
And he has to protect Jennifer really the whole
That's
season.
true.
Because Jennifer's like a legend in the making. Like this is a Pharaoh kind of character piece.
That's true. Yeah. If you want,
there's no reason Jennifer can't score twice a game.
maybe sacrifice a little bit of inducement money for the ability to keep Jennifer on the bench in a bad matchup.
Right. Or just on certain plays where you're like, there's no reason to have Jennifer out there, unless you're aggressively, maybe that's your style, Larkstar, is you aggressively try to steal the ball, and then maybe you want her out there. It's amazing how quickly I start referring to them with feminine pronouns. But yeah, that's an incredible piece. Man, just enjoy it. It's gonna be a lot of fun until it invariably
Till it dies.
Yeah, Astral Granite. Anything else to talk about here? Or should we move on?
No. Guard Crocs was a level. Jennifer
Did he not
leveled,
have that in
and
the
Stacy
preview?
leveled. Nah, the guard is new.
Okay, so that's nice. Crocs is great.
Yeah.
It's pretty bog standard, but I mean, a bog standard Crocs is still one of the best pieces in the game.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you hope, if you roll doubles, you pick block. Otherwise, is guard. There's nothing else. Nothing special. Not many options.
Yeah, so I think that does it for our beautiful blue and white tiger stripe boys, girls.
Yeah.
And I guess that takes us on to picks.
Yep.
They took an L, but tonight I bounce back, boy. I've been broke as hell, catch the check and bounce back. D-Town LAX, every week I bounce back. If you a real one, then you know how to bounce back.
Looking at week 3.
Oh man, they already finished the game. We couldn't even get it. We couldn't even get it recorded before they finished.
Oh no.
I already know who my pick was going to be.
Yeah, who was it?
It was going to be the Mainland Creepers.
Yeah.
Because I was just watching their game, and I thought they played those Dark Elves really, really well. And naturally, that's Wedge's team. Wedge's a fixture around here. So it doesn't surprise me that he's really good, but man, like watching him play Underworld, like was giving me ideas on how to play Underworld. So you have to trust I'm not lying and trying to pad my stats.
Nah. I saw you say you picked it in Discord earlier.
Well, yeah, all I had to say was I picked it. And then no matter what I said, it was credible.
I'm trying to cover for you.
I know.
You whispered into my ear, but he didn't. He's lying to you guys.
I worm-tongued it. Yeah, so I guess we can jump. I don't know if you had picked. Did you make a pick?
I picked the Creepers too.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. We both did. We're both just Blood Bowl geniuses. Had this one read right from the streets.
Yeah, we knew it.
Oh, look, the bye weeks are playing each other.
Bye week matchup of the century. Good for them.
Wish them both luck. That's too close to call. I'm calling a tie. In the bye weeks. You know what's funny is they probably will give it a tie.
Yeah.
And it will, like, somebody will. I don't know. We're not gonna look at the leaderboards this week because we're kind of trying to keep it moving. But somebody will probably be like winless and tieless, and then they'll like the 2 bye teams will be above them, and it'll be like the worst feeling in the world. I've been there.
Yeah, been below some bye week teams before myself.
Yeah, it's quite the feeling when you're dancing on the ceiling. Yeah, so on to Sugar and Spite, who we were just talking about before, and Reasonably Greedy, the Gobos.
Goblins.
This is not a great Goblin matchup.
Elves.
Early Dark Elves. And I think... I can't remember. I'm just going to check real quick, but I think Sugar and Spite took some substantial injuries.
Nah.
Nope, they're healthy.
Just no development.
Yeah, just that kick piece. Yeah, so just a kick piece, but no injuries, so that's a full 11-man roster, 1 reroll, and you don't have enough money for a second reroll. You got to address that quick, buddy. That's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, that will straight up equal losses if you can't get a second reroll in there pretty soon. What is the TV on Reasonably Greedy? They are too high. I'm going to go with Sugar and Spite on this one. Because Reasonably Greedy's not getting the...
1050. Yeah, he's not giving up the inducements. Why is that?
He must be carrying a lot of goblins or something. He could cut goblins. I don't know. I'm going to take a look real quick. I can't. This is...
He's got one spare goblin.
Oh man, the Bombardier is already almost at his 2nd level, which sucks because there's nothing... there's nothing good to take after you get Hail Mary Pass on a Bombardier. Everything you take is bloat. Because his whole job...
Oh, I mean, he got a 2nd MVP?
Yeah, that's amazing. Sorry, we're getting off track.
Oh, no, you can't take it, or there's no reason to take accurate, because Hail Mary Pass.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no... I guess... Well, you could... You know what? Maybe you could take Safe Throw if you roll doubles.
Oh, yeah.
And then it can't be intercepted? Which seems like a really not a great use of doubles, like, TV value, but... I don't know. Oh, no, you know, you can't fumble.
Can't fumble.
That's huge. I never thought of that before.
But Hail Mary Pass is never in fumbled, is it?
Yes, it totally is fumbled.
Oh, it is.
I can verify that outright. You fumble all the time and blow yourself up.
May not be intercepted, but is never accurate. Yeah. All right.
So, if you roll doubles, consider Safe Throw when you get there. But in the meantime... I think this is a bad matchup for the Gobos. I think the Delphs, despite their lack of development, are going to feast on little green guys.
Goblin Corpse.
Yeah.
It's pretty much guaranteed to not have a full team for the second half. Be able to field, because he's not going to get no bribes.
Right.
And he's got 3 secret weapons and only 1 spare goblin.
Yep, so he could hide one, depending on if he's receiving or kicking, he could hide one of them away and hope to drag the first half out and have another secret weapon in the second half. But even then, you won't have all, like, you'll only get 1 turn with each of them because you won't be able to get bribes. That's tough. Tough game, yeah, so I'm going to go with the Delphs. I'm going to go with Sugar and Spite on this one.
I'm going to go with the goblins.
Oh, man, now I feel horrible.
Yeah, because I'm sticking up for the little guy. Not like you.
What a shock.
Corporate America over here.
Jimmy's sticking up for the little guy.
Alright, next up we got Mesozoic Mighty Men and Cold-Blooded Exes.
It's a lizard bash with a lot of dash. I'm going with the Exes, actually. I haven't looked at the Mesozoic Mighty Men recently, so they've probably developed incredibly and I've just missed it. But that Agi Skink, I think, is kind of the difference in this game. Oh, no. But the Cold-Blooded Exes are down 2 Sorai. But maybe only 1 Sorai.
Maybe down 1, yeah.
I'll stick with it. I'm not gonna flip-flop. I'm not flip-flopper.
Well, you'll remember the Mighty Men are also down 2 sources.
Oh,
but
then I feel even better about my pick.
Can pick up a 5th, so it'll be 5 sources versus 5 sources.
I mean, that's, if you were either of these teams, that's kind of nice. Because, like, the worst thing in the world would be a lizard mirror match with mismatched sources.
Yeah.
But since it's even, that makes for a pretty good game.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Larkstar too. Just Jennifer is a huge advantage in this game.
Yeah. I mean, and Jennifer can even hold up in the backfield with support because, I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of 3 strength Orc Blitzers are going to be coming after the
right.
The
There's
skinks.
no block
it's going to be
team.
skinks.
Yeah.
So the sources will all just tie each other up, and it'll be like a roaming skink street fight all over the field.
Yeah.
Which is actually sounds kind of fun. Sounds kind of fun to watch. But then if that's the case, Jennifer is the queen of the jungle, so to speak.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Next up, we got the Flippant Dead versus the Rotting Snatches.
And the Flippant Dead just got their Blodge Wolf, right?
Yeah.
And the Rotting Snatches are coming off a rough tie.
Rough tie. They did get a Nurgle Warrior level, but they lost a Pestigore for this game.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be pretty big. And the Pestigore's out, right? Because it was a perm, so he's missing next game. Yeah. And does he have a second pest?
He does, but it's rookie.
Yeah, it's a tough one. These are both fouling teams. Are the Flippant Dead healthy?
Yeah, fully.
Yeah, I'm going with the Necros on this one.
Yeah.
Despite my admiration for Tommy Too Tall, I think this is a good matchup for the Necro. Especially at this state, they can just outrun them, get around them. They don't even need to hand the ball off or worry about disturbing presence. Yeah. Yeah, well, what do you think?
Yeah, me too. Definitely taking the Flippant Dead on this one. That's Blodge Wolf, a Block Wolf, and 2 block Flesh Golems.
Oh, the Flesh Golems both have block. That's right.
Yeah, got
that's
them
rough.
Week 1.
And not a lot of block yet across the snatches, so that's actually a pretty big block disadvantage.
Just 1 block Knuckle Warrior.
Right, and then you got the whites too, so he's got, what, 6 at least block? Yeah, that's a big...
Yep.
6 block and a speed advantage. That sounds
Even
like
with the strength disadvantage, yeah, I think you're still pulling up.
You're just tying up those Nurgle Warriors, right? And then you're just running around them, and then he doesn't have... The Rotters and the 1 Pesty aren't going to be that well equipped to stop him. So it just feels like a really good matchup for the Necro here.
Yep.
All right.
Next up, O Comrade, Where Art Thou versus the Norse Unleashed. It's Kislev and Norse.
Early Kislev and early Norse. This feels like a no-brainer Norse pick. So I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
All that block versus all that leap. I kind of know what I like there.
All that leap, and they're missing their block blitzer, which is their only developed piece on the team. Oh no, that's not true. This catcher's got dodge now too. But yeah, Norse is gonna, I think, have a field day here.
Yeah, it feels like a good matchup for them as well. But you know, there's a speed advantage, I guess, on the Kislev, and agility advantage on the Kislev side. So maybe they could, you know, this is one of those games where they could pull out something.
Just a one has the IG4.
Right, he's got the catcher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got the chance, he's got the opportunity to kind of keep the ball away and stun him. Not punch him and stun him, but stun him by like, oh my god, he's so fast and he's leaping everywhere and there's nothing I can do about it. But it's going to be a tough one. It's a tough matchup, and he's going to have to, I'd say he has to score early and then kind of frustrate the Norse.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like, if I was a Kislev coach going into this game, how would I approach it? Man, it's not a lot of good options. Survive.
Nah. Good luck.
Good luck, buddy. It's a great scheme. I'm rooting for you, but Norse Unleashed, it feels like they got this one.
Yeah.
We already talked about the Creepers and Battle Brothers. So
Yep.
What's that take us to?
It takes us to Isaac Mike's first game of the season in week 3 against Orcsploitation Cinema.
Oof.
This is gonna be fun.
This is a banger, this one.
Another Norse team versus Orcs.
Yeah, and I think Mike's had okay. We haven't seen him since he hasn't been playing.
He's
He's
got
at 1330 already. Jesus Christ.
2 levels ready to load.
One on a Mighty Blow
Berserker and on a runner.
Yeah, and the runner's already a move runner, and the Berserker is Mighty Blow Berserker. And he's got his Dirty Player lineman. Oh, this is good. This is a good Norse team to go up against a freakish fast start Orc team. I'm going Orcs, just out of racial loyalty. But
Orcs.
But look there, it's only a 30 TV difference between these two teams. So this is a nice close... Oh, no, it won't be. Actually,
Yeah.
Eisen Mike will be up at least 40 more points, so he'll be up around 1370. So it's almost tight. Yeah, this is like a very even match. This is... I'm going to mark this one down and try to make sure I watch this one. This one looks good.
Yeah, so you're going Orcsploitation Cinema. I'm gonna go with the Norse.
I mean, it's never a bad pick to pick Mike. He's a hell of a coach.
He's got
Blood Bowl.
2 Dauntless pieces. He's got a whole bunch of Frenzy. He's got a Yeti. It's gonna be a good time.
Well, and he could pull some wacko stat up or doubles off of those level ups. We don't know yet, so that could be even an even tougher Great Cold Ones team than we're expecting. I also love that. I don't know if you ever noticed, but Mike always puts a little tag on the team names. So the Great Cold Ones, Rebel.
Yeah.
So it's not confused with the Great Cold Ones in OCC or somewhere. I don't know where else he plays. I mean, I know he plays tabletop with me in the city, but I don't know where else he plays.
Yeah.
But that's shaping up to be a great game, so that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
All right,
and that
for 9A.
Yeah, the Amazing A's. We're all wrapped there. No leaderboard look at this week. We're just going to kind of keep it moving because we got 3 divisions to get through this week. So good luck, boys and girls. Maybe we don't know. And not that any girls ever play Blood Bowl, but if there is, that's fantastic. So yeah, on to the grade 8s.
Division 8.
Yeah, and luckily because they had to rebuild this division, I just click over one to the left, and bam, we're right in. Seamless.
Yeah. If that's what matters to you.
It's efficiency and good workflow is everything to me.
Yeah.
All right.
So, only 10 teams in the division too. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. Well, and no admin games, which is kind of nice. Everybody gets a game every week. So I guess, should we start at the top?
I guess we should. Fallen Wonders 2-0 win over the bad QB squad.
It's them Zons. Them Zons doing their thing. Right off the bat, you had 2 expulsions on the bad QB squad. Good job, boys. Means you were putting into boots. And against Zons, you should always be putting into boots. No passes.
Look at that.
That's not the bad QB squad I know and love.
That's how you know he's not firing on all cylinders.
He was off his game. He was jet lagged, flying to the West Coast to play the Fallen Wonders.
Yeah. It's going west to east. That always kills him.
Yeah. Oh, and it's a pretty dire SPP thing for him, too. Only 2 points on Dark Jacoby Brissett, so he was able to hurt one of them, and that was it.
Yeah.
Whereas the Fallen Wonders had a lovely day. For the lovely ladies, 17 points. 1 touchdown in POW, double threat. Another Alkano the Seducer scoring a touchdown. And then you got Hurts on Shailila and Akadike. Alkidike. Alkidike and Sarah. There's Sarah.
Donkey Dyke.
Alkidike. Alkadike. I don't know what the right way to say it is. I'm not trying to be offensive. It's just that's what it's spelled like.
Yeah.
Looking at the stats. Wow. This looks like a miserable day. This looks like every game I've ever played is Underworld. 0% ball possession. 32 blocks, which is actually pretty good. But didn't get much for it. Got the 1 injury.
And took 50 blocks.
Took 50 blocks. And only had 3 injuries out of that. Which is actually 50 blocks on Underworld. You're pretty lucky to get away with only 3 injuries, so that's not so bad.
Yeah, Mystic's game lineman and Mystic's game goblin, but no perms.
So, let me ask you a question about how the stats are handled here. 4 yards running, but 0% ball possession. So he failed a GFI on a pickup.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like he picked up the ball, failed the GFI, lost the ball, and never saw it again. Oof. So whereas it's 72 yards running with Fallen Wonders and 81% ball possession, so all but like a couple turns, the girls had the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a rough one. I don't know if there's much more to say about it.
No. Importantly, though, Dark Jacoby Brissett leveled on the 2 SPP that he got. Hasn't picked it yet, but he's got... Yeah, so you can get piling on and become a claw palmer. So...
Yeah, and that's just on regulars, as I recall. So, yeah, that's a fantastic level. Dark Jacoby Brissett's kind of the star of that team already.
Yeah.
Not that the Amazons are probably not the world's greatest team to play with a piece like that, since Claw doesn't do much for you. No. Oh, tackle. Does he have tackle yet?
No, but I would take piling on, I think.
Oh, likewise. I was just thinking. I mean, if he's short on tackle, though, it might be worthwhile because he's going to inevitably get piling on with the injury rate that thing's going to have. And being able to hit stunties reliably could be a good way to generate SPP. But it depends on the division.
Talk about this in a little bit, but he's playing the Kislev next, so I don't know if tackle is that important.
Not for them, yeah. Maybe you look down the schedule, but we'll get back to him. We'll get you a spotlight soon.
All right. Next up, we got Mounted Tetons 1-0 win over Dead Wrestler Society. So Orcs and Lizards, right?
Yeah. And this is our boy Draenor. Draenor had a rough game. Man, the troll on this Orc team is a star. He was making plays, moving around, doing unassisted bonehead rolls. He was all over the place. I watched this one. We actually, a few of us watched it as a group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were just excited to kind of see them in action. You can see the armor breaks are actually real low for both teams. Super
even on blocks, removals, running yards, everything.
Well, and this was a wild game, and it's actually, if anyone's looking for a game from last week to watch, which I realize new games are pouring in, so you're probably going to want to watch those, but if you're looking for a game to watch, this is not a bad one. The ball was all over the field with both teams just picking it up and dropping it, and it was, falling all over the place. The Orcs in the first half removed every single skink. Where at the same time...
Two of them are permanent injuries
Yes.
Looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to have to cycle it. I think they were both level 1 skinks, so it really wasn't that big a deal. But yeah, he took a bit of a pounding, which I guess you can see in the SPP. It's not a huge take for the orcs, but it's not a bad one either. And then in the second half, the orcs kind of proved to be a little bit too slippery for the lizards. They tied him up and then got away. And since all the skinks were hurt, I think he only got 2 skinks back in the second half. And that wasn't, with orcs, that was not enough to kind of deal with them breaking away from the lizards or the sources.
Mm.
So I think they scored, leaving 3 turns on the board for the lizards to answer, and there was a really bad second dice dub skull for the lizards in one of those turns, and that was the end of it. It was really good game coming down to nearly the last dice roll. But it just didn't break their way. Whereas the Mountain Tetons, they played right. Beat up the lizards. They tied up the swords, punch on the skinks. My favorite song. And then they were the slippery agile boys, which people sleep on orcs, but they were he was getting down the field and protecting his guys and scoring. So yeah.
The only thing that stands out in this stat breakdown is the 3 surfs for the orcs.
Mm-hmm.
So. You surf dudes and you win games. That's how it goes.
Maybe that's my problem. I'm not surfing enough dudes.
Gotta surf dudes.
It's true. Maybe that's the deal.
Yeah.
All right. Who are we on to next?
Got the 2-1 win for Rouge's Gallery over the Frozen Dead North.
Yeah. I did not get a chance to watch this one, but look at those armor breaks for Rouge's Gallery.
Woo!
Yeah. 75 blocks!
Wow.
75 blocks. Holy moly. Mr. J, what are you doing?
So this, I would say, was a misplay by Frozen Dead North. If I had to, if you're given 75 block, maybe not. You're throwing your zombies in there and you're hoping they can hold down the blockers. But man, that hurts.
Yeah, it's hard to, because they're necro, right? Yeah, they're necro.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough.
You throw your Franks and
Getting
you
hit 75 times by Chorfs. Loaded with tackle.
That just means I think he was throwing dudes up to tie guys up and try and give himself positioning and field control, and just wasn't able to take advantage, and the Chorfs just kept banging.
Yeah, and you look at the ball possession, it does kind of seem to indicate that he wasn't able to, even with the positioning work, he wasn't able to keep the ball safe.
Yeah.
It was 75. The ball wasn't never on the ground, at least at the end of a turn.
Yeah.
I will say, giving up 75 blocks to a returning season Chorf team, and only walking away with 1 injury, that's
and it's badly hurt.
Great.
Yeah, so no perms and walking out of that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's never fun to lose, but this result could have been a lot worse. And Leah did 2-1. No, so he scored. I'm sorry, I read that. I read the possession. So he scored fast. 3 turns or something like that for 25%. Or 4 turns. Oh, 4 turns.
Must have received the ball.
And then I guess he gave him enough time, and the Chorfs were able to do it. So good job, Rouge's Gallery. Seems like a real solid win. You set up the punch situation you wanted. You possessed the ball, and you were able to do the 2-1 grind score. Pretty meager SPP, but not that bad since Anarchy 2, who's the carry bull, was able to get 2 touchdowns plus the MVP plus a hurt.
Oh yeah.
It's a 13-point game. That's not bad.
Yeah, and that Chorf Captain Cold picked up his first level, got guard.
Oh, that's nice.
That's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so big game for the Rouge.
Tough game for the North. But that's Blood Bowl.
Yep.
Where are we going next? We're going to Transylvania.
Transylvania. Yeah. Castlevania Creeps. 2-1 win over Respectable Gents.
Oh, and what do you immediately see when you look at the score screen?
I see Stars player stole the MVP.
That's the worst.
Yeah, it's not great.
17 armor breaks for the Gents in a losing effort.
3 expulsions.
3 expulsions. He was putting in work.
He's putting in. He's trying.
Well, look at the SP. I know I'm jumping past the statistics. Just look at the SPP because I'm so eager to see development. But like,
Yeah.
man,
4 Kaz for the gents, so it looks like he beat up on some thralls.
yeah, 17 points.
Nathan Graves picked up another movement bust
Yeah,
on his already
double
2
movement
bust. So he has 3 movement busts. Only 2 of them stick, though. I don't think you can lose more than 2 in any stat. But
Yeah, I think Nathan Graves is
he's a hero.
a superstar shootout. When I said that niggled and armor broken goblin should be there, I stand corrected. Nathan Graves, right there. He should be right there on the bench as a reserve.
Can't be slower. 4 movement.
He's trying. He's trying to get slower.
That's great.
The game just
But
won't
yeah,
let him.
so 4 Kaz in that game. So he was getting in good work. He got a vanity pass too, or pass and catch at least. I don't know if it was vanity or if it was critical to his scoring attempts. But
Well, he never got out of his own half, the gents. Whereas the creeps seem to have the ball quite a bit. What was it, 2-1? Yeah, it's 2-1 grind. 3 passes, 3 catches.
yeah,
16 yards passing. So not too high flying passing, just kind of nice ball movement, like keeping the ball moving around.
oh, poor guy. Wait,
What happened?
Alistair Conkwell is the Chaos Warrior that leveled for the gents, and he got 3 points. So either he scored with him. Did he score with him? Or yeah, it looks
Yes.
like he probably scored with him. That's too bad because he is a double niggled Chaos Warrior. So that is SPP that you're pissing down the drain there a
Nah.
little bit. But
Nah, Nuffle will reward you.
yeah, with
For riding
an
that snake.
star player. That's how you got
It's true.
rewarded.
You got me. I was trying to take an angle and you got me. It's good pursuit.
That's
Good
why
hand-
you got it
good
there.
foot speed.
Nuffle is displeased.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think he was short on money, if I remember, and that's part of why he was carrying that guy. But I could just be thinking of something else. But you know, ride that
Carrying
snake,
it is
baby.
one thing, but scoring with him is
Developing it.
another. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he may not. Given the way this game looks, he may not have had a choice.
yeah.
He ball might have just wound up on that guy, and he had to score it. 92 yards running, 16 yards passing. There's a lot of ball movement this week.
Yeah,
High flying offenses. 2-1 shootouts. Shooting the lights out. This looks like a good, fun game, and this is the Creeps. Who's the coach again? What's the name?
this is Vapor Gecko.
Oh yeah, so he was. I guess he's a former Div 1 coach. So
Yeah.
he's pretty good. He's got that moon ball raising behind his castle, just like his fortunes are raising in this division. See,
Raisins.
You like that?
Yeah.
Raisins, like a shriveled grape, or my testicles. Hey, and then look at this. We got Thunderstrike and the Siberian Hopscotch Mafia.
Yeah,
And look
2-1
at
win.
2-1
First win of the season for the Chorfs.
And I watched this game. This was a real. Why did? Oh, you
Looks like
picked
it was
tie.
a real banger.
Yeah. This was a really fun one. Look at the MVP
22
on the
armor
bear,
breaks.
which is fantastic.
Oh yeah, got the level. Picked up block.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, rolled doubles.
Oh, I didn't click through.
That's good.
What a good bear. What a good boy. You go out there and block, good boy. Yeah. So I'm just double checking my notes here, but this was a remarkably entertaining game to watch. The quick summary is the Mafia did a real good job of disrupting the Chorfs kind of right off the bat, but really through the whole game. Like they really have that Kislev disruption, get up in your shit and fuck with your cage thing. Pretty well rehearsed. It didn't really even matter. Like the 22 armor breaks to 5 doesn't really translate. Like what was it statistically? Yeah, 3 injuries inflicted in a kill, so I guess it did translate. Didn't feel that bloody. The Kislev, though, you know, kept hanging tough, even though they were getting removed a bunch in the first half. And then they wound up forcing a Hobgoblin TD. Then the Kislev come back and they 2-turn easily, like no problem. But the other than the problem being, they left 8 turns or 6 turns for the Chorse to respond. And it was kind of because and here's maybe a note for Wolframajax, Wolframajax, is he set up in a rule of 5D against Kislev, and they are going to do that to you every single time when you line up in that sort of defense. They just ran, like they did exactly what you'd think. They ran right around it, set up a downfield cage with their speed, and then you know, he just got scored on. But, you know, he couldn't stall, so it basically led to kind of an inevitable Chorf march at the back end of the game. Kislev kept making good opportunities. They even popped the ball, had a great steal on turn 14, but it was kind of met with a murderous Chorf response. He gets the ball right back. It bounces right near a bull. Bull picks it up. Boop, beep, bop. That's the game. But, man, I gotta say, I got a ton of respect for Siberian Hopscotch Mafia coming out of this game. They only fielded 47 blocks, and 22 of them were armor breaks. And they were still right up in the mix with the ability to steal the game at the back end on the Chorf drive. So good on them, but even better for Thunderstrike. Like, this was a big win. It was fun. Really, if anyone's looking for a game to watch, this is another one. Like, this is a real fun game. Go check it out.
Dead Blitzer?
Yes. That was the guy was Dead Blitzer. And what's fun fact is that they got the Mafia, so Siberian Hopscotch Mafia got this 4 agility broken lineman, and they put him up on the line. They're trying to get him killed, and he just won't die. Because like, right off the bat, when I was watching the game, I'm like, why is there a 4 agility guy up on the line? And then I realized, like, oh, that's the guy he's talking about in Discord. He's trying to get him killed.
Why is he trying to get him killed?
Because he's like niggled or armor broken or something.
He's armor broken, but
yeah,
that's a waste.
I guess he figures it's not. But he's armor 7, right? So he's down
to
6.
No wonder he lost. Oh, he's armor 6? No, he's armor 7. He does have an armor 6 catcher, but
look, he doesn't want the agility guy. Not everybody's got to keep the agility guy. All right, Jimmy. Sometimes you want that armor.
Nuffle's displeased.
I know. Nuffle's not granting his wish. I'll tell you that much.
Granted you this blessing, and you're...
Well, but Nuffle did give him a block bear.
Line to die. Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
that's got many hands for many gifts. He's given and taken all at once.
It's true. No one knows his will or intentions except Nuffle himself. But yeah, fantastic game. Anything to note? Yeah, big SPP day for Thunderstrike. What's that add up to? It's 10, 17. 17 points for Thunderstrike. 9 for the Mafia, but you know, it's not the worst. You'd like you to get a little bit more points, but they weren't really getting injuries or removals. None, in fact.
Yeah.
They were getting hits. You can even see that the block differential is not that high.
Yeah, 36 to 47. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
The breaks, only 5 breaks.
Well, and I guess this is, you know, we'll look at Thunderstrike in a second for the spotlights, because we're going to do them this week. But what you'll see is you might notice there might be a mighty blow differential between these two teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe that's a good segue. I don't know. Anything else you want to say about that game?
That's it.
All right. So yeah, I think that means it's time for spotlights.
Special guest. You will find out
Ajax.
Who it is when Rusty tells you right now.
I got you. Fucked your whole flow up.
God damn it.
All right, so let's do some spotlights. All right, so yeah, spotlights. And who are we looking at this week, Jimmy?
Got Thunderstrike, coached by Wolframajax, who is here with us. Say hi, Wolfram.
Hey, hello.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Is that how you like to say your name? Because I've been saying Wolframajax.
Yeah, it's Wolfram Ajax, and I just made a name up because every time you come up with a clever or funny name on the internet, whatever news site you go to, somebody's got your new clever funny name. So I came up with the most stupid thing I could think of, and then it turns out there's a football team in England or Europe called Ajax. So it was like wildly confusing, and I got people asking me about Ajax, and I didn't understand that. So I know a lot of people have miscommunicated my name or said weird things about it.
I told you so.
Ramajax. Yeah, he was right. He got it.
I'm just going to keep sticking with what I'm sticking with because I'm stubborn and dumb.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. You're fine.
Sweet. So you're playing Chorfs. What made you want to play Chorfs?
Yeah.
Some kind of jerk?
I am some kind of jerk. That is true. No, I joined a tabletop league here locally, and I'd never really played Blood Bowl.
Oh,
and
sweet.
it's an established league, and all the teams are 15 to 2,500 points. And another guy I know said, you're going to get killed no matter what you pick, so pick something with a lot of armor. So I wanted to play Chorfs, and I didn't really know much about them when I started. I probably should have picked an easier team, that's what I've been told. But I'm going to stick with it, see how it goes.
That's a decent starting team, I'd say.
Yeah, they don't have any like super glaring problems. So
Well,
and
picking up the ball,
yeah, aside from yeah, that's true. Well, that's not important.
that's a huge problem.
Just use hobgobs
Yeah.
to get started until you know better.
Hey, hand off to your beefy boys, your fat horses, as I like to call them.
Yeah, I like those guys.
Yeah. So you picked these guys up tabletop. So the first team you ever played was Chorfs.
Yes, absolutely. I joined the. I went online asking for, hey, what's a good way to get started? Because I needed to practice both the online so I could take it to the tabletop. And then it turns out I think I'm getting better games out of the online play, and I'm learning a lot more.
Yeah.
And I joined in Rel 7, so yeah, I think I still have under 100 games under my belt, but I'm closing in on 100 now.
Ah, nice. So I just have one quick question looking at the portrait of your team here before we get to the the roster. Did you intentionally set it up so it's all these like purple mustache guys on the front row? And then that one dwarf
I
is
absolutely did. Yes, I did.
behind? That's really good work.
Oh, thanks. I could have been more clever and come up with their names, but I didn't know it. I don't really follow the fluff, so I don't know what you name a Chaos Dwarf.
Is Jerky McGee, Asshole Spencer, any of those?
Yeah,
should
not that
Asshole
clever yet.
Spencer.
Yeah.
I'll name him after you next time.
Thanks. Wait, no, not the dwarfs. You can name the fat horses after me,
Okay.
but not the
Gonna
dwarfs.
hobgoblin.
Yeah,
Did
or
you
hobgoblins.
intentionally make one of the Chorfs have the different face and all the rest of them are the same? Or was he a mistake?
I'd like to say yes. He's more of a leader of my team, but no, that was out of somebody killed one of my Chorfs and I was mad, and I click and bought a new dwarf, and then I realized, oh, that was unfortunate.
Oh, I thought that was intentional, and so it was part of like the theme.
Oh, the theme of getting beat down. Yeah, that was in anger. I've learned that you don't do stuff in anger in this game. It doesn't work out well.
No, this is a game that will punish your hubris and your rage.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a Zen Man's game. So, looking at your team here, I'm detecting a theme.
Yeah, I definitely have a theme going in here. My first go around, like I played the computer and I said, oh, here's how you play. I got this down. And then I joined the online league and realized, oh, that is not how you play. The teams do not just stand around looking at the ball. And so my first few games, I got a tie. And then I went on like a 5-game losing streak where I couldn't break anybody's armor. I was just getting beat down. And after that, I just started taking Mighty Blow on everything. So I was like, well, if I can't break armor, I'm going to kill somebody. So that became the game plan. Kill as much as I can.
And is that uniform across all the pieces? Are you looking to like vary out the bull centaurs, or are they just going to be killers and mobile killers, basically?
I still want one to run with the ball, like the one I have one with break tackle, and I think the problem here is since I've started playing, I've never rolled a double, so I don't know what skills you get on doubles. I mean, I could look it up.
Sure hands.
I'm like, I don't know what I need to do with those guys. So I had to separate them and give one mighty blow, and give the other one the ability to break tackle, and that was my only reasoning there. But,
on your bulls, if you
Go
get
ahead.
doubles on the ball carrier one, he picks up sure hands. Basically, the first one to get doubles gets sure hands and becomes the ball carrier.
Okay.
And then otherwise, if you already have one of those and you roll doubles on the other guy, I would take jump up,
Yeah,
because that lets you.
but at agility too, isn't that a
target them.
thing?
But it's more, I think, for moving afterwards. So if you're down, you get your full range of movement regardless of the agility roll. But also for blocking while you're down, I think it's a 4+ with 2 agility. It's not too bad.
So a 50-50 chance of getting that punch in, or just standing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, they certainly get targeted a lot. I've noticed. They get undue attention sometimes.
And if you put piling on that guy, then jump up gets even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the catch with Chorfs, right? Is instead of having those blitzers and troll slayers, you got a bunch of hobgoblins. So it really means that the bull centaurs are the targets, because dealing with 6 regular old dwarfs or claw dwarfs or whatever they are isn't nearly as foreboding as an entire 11 group of them.
Right. And the hobgoblins have been pretty good for me. I mean, their stats are good. They're cheap. And I can't complain. Like, they've done a lot of work for me that I have made up a lot of gaps in my play, I've noticed, because they can get over, level movement 6 to any side of the field they want.
Importantly, your hobgoblins do not have a lot of SP, which is ideal.
I will kill them if they get over 2 skills, so I usually try to get rid of them.
I'm surprised not to see any dirty player in here, but
Yeah.
maybe you're just in between cycles on the DPs.
Yeah, I think I had a dirty player at one time, and he got a 2nd skill, and I just cut him because he wasn't getting any kills on the floor. So it just once I got my dwarfs a little more built up, like with Mighty Blow and Guard, they were doing more of the killing. The hobgoblins didn't have to do as much dirty work.
Nice. So you were saying you played in a local league. What city are you in? If you don't mind me asking.
I play. There's a podcast for 3-Day Block. It's in Iowa
Is that
City, Iowa.
Oklahoma? Oh, Iowa.
It's Iowa. It's the other. There's one in Oklahoma, and they're competitive with the guys in Iowa City. But I play in the one in Iowa City,
Ah, cool.
in the very middle of the country.
And it's a pretty big league.
Yeah, it's 20 people on each side, so yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's about 20 people.
Yeah, I'm in
Is
New
that-
York City, and we might have 20 people, but maybe there's like 8 to 10 regulars to come out.
Oh, I would have thought huge city like that, it would have been 60 people.
Everyone here's fancy and wearing their black jackets, so they don't got time to punch mans.
No.
But so what's like the hopes and aspirations with this team? Is there any like development path, or are you just gonna go full kill across the board and see how far that takes you?
I'm noticing
most-
there's no claw on this team yet.
I was going to say, my most immediate hope for this team is that I roll doubles at some point. It's bound to happen.
I was gonna say, do you need doubles for claw on the dwarfs, or is it just
Yes.
natural? You do. Okay.
It's doubles, yeah.
Right.
So once I roll that, then I can just keep 2 or 3 guys with claw and then start spamming guard. I've noticed that seems to work well. But the other thing is, like, my online team and my tabletop league team, I'm doing 2 different things. Here I went with try to bash heavy with a lot of Mighty Blow, but in my tabletop league I went with guard heavy, and I only have 1 Mighty Blow. I just wanted to see if there was a difference in how it plays.
Yeah, I guess it's just the chance of removal, right? Like, you're going to control and maybe even have a better win percentage with a lot more guard than, say, Mighty Blow, but you'll have more removal percentage, and you can get those snowball opportunities with a ton of Mighty Blow, and then, of course, these piling on pieces are pretty nice, too.
Yeah, and once you start getting skill points for those removals, those guys start leveling up really fast. I've noticed, like, these guys, I've already got somebody up here to, like, the 32 skill points. For me, that's the first time it happened, and it's the best thing when you have actually 3 skills on somebody.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
From a new perspective, yeah.
Sweet. So I think we're about out of time on the segment, but was there anything else you wanted to say to all these jamokes in your division that you're going to knock around for the rest of the season?
Yes, please kill more vampires. They need to die.
Yeah, you're just coming
Other than
off the
that-
game with the creeps, right?
Oh my god, I played them 4 times in a row. I can't handle those elfy vampires anymore. No, and the other thing is, I met all these people on the season 7, and it's kind of nice, you know, we become friends online and chat and talk about games. And I've got a lot of help from the players so far that were in season 7, and even the guys I'm with now have helped me out a lot.
Yeah, it's a pretty good community here. I think if people are willing to kind of reach out and talk to the other coaches, a lot have become kind of fast friends. We saw that in the divisions we covered last season. Because a lot of those guys are kind of close and keep rivalries going, and that's I think that's when it's the most fun.
Everybody's been really friendly, and it's kind of nice when you have communication like we use Discord. You can talk to the guys when you're playing the game. It becomes much more social, almost closer to the tabletop experience. So that's been kind of nice too. Yeah,
totally agree.
Buy a mic, people. Buy a mic.
Yeah, I mean it is mixed here. We come from kind of a separate online league, so that whole group, everybody is on comms all the time because we kind of came from Eve.
Okay.
So it's a very chatty group, and then over here it feels like, at least for, I don't know if Jimmy's had the same experience, but for me, if it's not somebody from that community, it's like maybe a 1 in 8 chance that they'll want to get on comms and shoot the shit while you're punching each other.
My experience is people don't want to be distracted by comms, which seems foreign to me. I'm used to gloating over their dead piece while it happens. But
one of the sighing at them aggressively throughout the game.
When I was playing Castlevania Creeps, their coach, one of the good things is that he was up in Division 1, so he kind of knows what he's doing. But when you play him, he'll talk through all of his moves, and you can kind of start to understand, oh, this is why you position here. It's nice to have somebody who's able to enunciate what they're doing and show you along.
Yeah, no, it's
not everybody. I mean, did I play one of you guys in the Invitational? I can't remember.
Not me.
No, that doesn't look like it.
All right.
I don't mess with the Invitational. I think that's cancer.
How dare you?
My Green Boys are too important to risk in meaningless games. It's not in their contracts.
I racked up so many trophy zombies in the Invitational. It was terrific.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah. Well, hey, Wolframajax, thanks for coming by. It's been good to have you.
Thanks, Jimmy. Okay.
Hey, we'll try to get you. We'll try to get you back on the show. Maybe get you talking about some big games as we get into the playoff run. I think you're off to a pretty good start. I'm not remembering off the top of my head.
I got 1 draw off Castlevania Creeps finally, and then I got 1 win. So
yeah,
no, you're better than I did last season.
1-1-0.
Yeah, you're tied in for second, so you're in a great starting spot.
I can't complain. Love the show. See you guys.
Thanks, man. Later.
Yep.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, so I think that does it for Spotlights this week. We're only doing 1 team per division, given the heavy division load this week. So we'll get back to more of you guys next week. I don't think we don't know yet, but we may or may not be doing 4 next week as well. So so on to picks.
Picks. Pick your nose.
They took an L, but tonight I bounce back, boy. I've been broke as hell, catch the check and bounce back. D-Town LAX, every week I bounce back. If you a real one, then you know how to bounce back.
All right, so yeah, let's jump into the schedule here and take a look at this week's picks for the Great Eights.
Yep. Match day 3. Start off with Bad QB Squad versus Siberian Hopscotch Mafia.
Yeah, and there's 2 teams coming off tough losses.
Yeah.
Siberian Hopscotch Mafia played a really nice defensive game. I kind of feel like they're going to infuriate the Bad QB Squad a little bit. Bad QB Squad, I think, has a little more removal ability. And it's one of these games that could kind of snowball either way.
Yeah.
Who you want in this one?
And I like the Bad QB Squad, but I feel like they might be dazzled by the leaps and the unexpected exotic play of the Kislev, and I think the Hopscotch Mafia might be able to pull this one out. I'm going to pick them, actually, the Kislev.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of where I was leaning, but I'm going to go the other way now. Back up my sewer boys, my Ryan Fitzpatricks. And I'll take the Bad QB Squad, but I think this is a tough match, and it's really it could really go either way. So I'm interested to see how this one goes.
Yeah. All right. Next, we got Thunderstrike versus the Respectable Gents.
Oh, and it's a Puncho Town. Bunch of big beefy men slapping each other's chests and then massaging them gently and seductively.
Asking if you're okay.
Well, you know, it's big beefy boys banging into each other, or just banging. We'll see.
Who you got?
I'm gonna go with our guest. I'm gonna go with Wolframajax. I gotta stop that. Wolframajax. I don't know. Wolframajax just like rolls off my tongue.
You could do it. He told you could.
That's true. But I think I'm going to give it to him because he came on the show today, and I want to reward him for his participation. And I think the gents have that. Yeah, they got that. You got that. They got the Chaos Warrior you're worried about. Yeah.
Yeah, they're beat up. Luckily for him, Thunderstrike does not have any claw yet. That would be a piece that would be very afraid of anybody with claw. The double nickel Chaos Warrior, but
yeah,
even that, with that in the gents' favor, they're missing a lot of skills.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough for them to overcome.
Yeah, I think this is a tough matchup.
Yeah, they just need a little more development.
Well, maybe they get it.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of Mighty Blow that they're running up against. So that even with the armor 9, that niggle may wind up being, or double niggle, might wind up being a bigger deal. And then going down a Chaos Warrior against a team like Chorfs is bad news.
Yeah.
All right.
Next up, we got the Castlevania Creeps versus the Rogues Gallery.
All these Chorfs.
Yeah, another Chorf match.
I'm gonna go with the Creeps. They seem like they're on a bit of a roll.
Yeah.
They just played. Who'd they just play? Yeah, so they just played the gents, and they kind of showed that they could bang with the big boys. There is more tackle in the mix. I can't remember how much dodge they have, so that might be a factor. But I think ultimately this is a tough. If he can keep up what he's been doing with these vamps. This is another game where that agility is going to make him tough to handle for a team like Rouge's Gallery, Bashy team. How about you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Creeps too. And just because if I took a quick look at his team, he's got a lot of thralls with SPP on them, but a lot of them have wrestle.
Yeah.
So against the Chorfs, that's going to put a lot of Chorfs down on the ground.
That's true, and that nullifies a lot of that guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it'll be
Creeps for both of us.
Yeah, well, they're really shaping up, and they're turning into one of those teams that I think a lot of these. There's a lot of kind of muscly bash teams in this division, and they should all start paying attention to these. There's no elves, right? Yeah, no elves in here. So this is the closest thing to it. You guys should start paying good attention to Castlevania Creeps because they're in a good spot to move to take a shot at the playoffs this year. So punch them up.
Yeah.
Be a champ. Kill a vamp. All right.
Next up, we got the Frozen Dead North coming off their loss, but not a lot happened to them. Versus Dead Wrestler Society, another team that lost.
And they had what, a couple skinks?
But did have some injuries that stuck. They lost 2 skinks for this game.
And how are they on money? There he is. There's Draenor. Oh, he's got plenty of money. He'll be fine. This is a straight matchup because he could replace either of these guys if he wanted to. One's an armor busted skink, so who gives a shit? The other's a strength busted skink, so who gives a shit?
Yep. Kill them both.
Kill them both. You got the money. Buy them. Buy freshies. I'm gonna go with Draenor on this one. I think he's got what's the name of his plus strength Saurus?
It's Road Warrior Hawk.
Yeah, Road Warrior Hawk. Road Warrior Hawk's gonna come in, do some good work. I just think he's due. Drano's a good coach. Looking forward to see what he can do. And this is a matchup where he's got a strength advantage. And, you know, he does have to watch out for those wolves and any other tackle on that team. But I'll go the Lizards' way this time. How about you?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough match for Necro with all the strength. Hard for them to deal with. And the Necro don't have a ton of tackle. They do have it on one white who's move busted. So it's going to have a hard time. So
huffing and puffing down the field chasing those skinks.
His name is Ketchup.
That's great.
Ketchup rips. So, yeah.
What did the skink say to the move busted tackle white? Ketchup.
Ketchup. It's good. Yeah. But I agree. I think the wrestlers are gonna take this one. It's gonna be, or at least it's tilted in their favor.
Yeah.
And they have babes of inducement in their pocket too.
Oh, so they got the TV edge or the efficiency TV efficiency
the lizards
edge.
Do, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually going to be big for them. Cool. So then that brings us to the Fallen Wonders, the Amazons, against Mountain Tetons, the Orcs. And man, developed Orc
reminiscent
team.
of our old rivalry.
Our old battles.
Yeah, but this is an Orc team with 4 developed blitzers with 4 tackle.
Yeah.
And block and mighty blow and some other stuff too.
Yeah. This Orc team feels built to just wreck Amazons.
Yep.
They can't even really outrun those blitzers.
Nope.
Because of the all the 6 movement. You know, the Wonders I think have been playing real well, so you know they could pull something off of it. So the Tetons, I gotta go with my Green Boys on this one. I think they're gonna chew up some ladies. Not because they're ladies, just because you know they're all based on dodge.
It's good at tackling ladies.
Yeah, respectfully.
Yeah, this is gonna be boring, but I agree. I think the Tetons are gonna. It's gonna be their game to lose.
I've heard a cool tip too about Brian number, who's coach of the Tetons. So I've heard he's got an incredible Chicago accent. So maybe we should get him on the show. Yeah,
definitely.
And the Chicago accent, for those of you who've never heard one, is a fantastic accent. All right, and yeah, I guess that does it. That does it for picks, and that means that does it for the Great Eights in Division 8. And man, where does that lead us to next, Jimmy?
Division 4, the Fighting Fours.
The Fighting Fours. Say it ain't so. I guess we gotta go do some picks. Oh man, this is like pulling up on the couch and being home again. Familiar settings. Bodega that makes the sandwiches just the way you like it. Put in a bunch of fucking bash teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know. Yeah. Go ahead.
And 1 elf.
And 1 elf, and basically a rat team. So they don't dress that way. But it's basically a rat team.
Rats in human clothing.
Yeah. So I guess everybody coming in from Division 4, watching our show for the first time, you've already heard about your division, but man, it's fucking loaded with bash. Everybody's a puncho man in here, except for these 2
developed ones too.
Yeah, well-developed ones, with 2 incredible Agi teams. So the way you'd expect in this division, these Elfie teams are just running roughshod over all us bash teams, and all us bash teams are just lamenting having to play each other all season. But not me. I love it. This is my element.
Yeah.
All right?
You got all that claw and stuff on my team too. I'm ready and waiting.
It's true, and so jumping into the picks here, it looks like you're off to a great week with a 1-0 victory.
Yeah, over bye weeks.
Yeah, you fucked them up.
Yeah.
Feel good.
Yeah, I got touchdown MVP on one of my Franks. We take a look. Havarti makes you farty.
The king, the god.
Picked up 8, got a level, so now he's a level 5 flesh golem. Going for legend.
Yeah. So you're paying that wolf tax to have this golem.
Yeah. I wish it was the other way around, but
yeah, you know, once the moment he dies, you're gonna roll doubles on one of those wolves and get your mighty blow.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, I was hoping for some of this bye-week MVPs to go to the werewolves, who are basically fresh, but it was not so.
Yeah, there's sweet puppers.
Yeah, I fired all my zombies to try and increase the chances of that, but in the meantime, that's not so bad. And then I'm ready for my game against Moniker.
Yeah, that's a good transition, because that's the next game here in the schedule. You got the weenies, the big green weenies, coached by Havoc.
Yeah.
And the Drakwald Daylaborers.
Yeah, took it 2-1. Look at those armor breaks.
Wow.
Differential in a loss.
Yeah. Well, and this is kind of Havoc's game, right? Like, Havoc really leans in.
Right. Well, in our last game, we cut away from watching this game in progress to start recording, and we were saying how Moniker was doing kick flips on his opponent. This was that game. 20 armor breaks to 2. But
look at how many blocks.
Look at how many blocks. He was just block denying. He's blue balling him.
Well, I mean, it's kind of remarkable on both senses. First of all, an orc team only getting 26 blocks that's got to be beyond frustrating. But the fact that he had 26 blocks and 20 of them were armor breaks is also pretty amazing. So it's like both of these teams.
When he got him.
Yeah, both these teams were doing what they were built to do.
Yeah.
The Daylaborers were built to just, flip around the field, and the green weenies were built to get hurts when they make hits. And both teams did it.
You got 9 removals. 6 of those were KOs.
Yep.
3 were Kaz. Only one of them was a movement busted on the lineman, unskilled lineman. I really was hoping for Havoc to do a whole bunch more damage to this team before I played him, but it was not so.
No, you're getting them fresh. You're getting the full power of the Daylaborers.
Yeah.
And at least it wasn't a big SPP day for the Daylaborers. I know he leveled Harold, but yeah, actually a pretty big day for the big green weenies. 16 points, so as good as a buy.
Yeah.
Zipper Ripper, Ramburglar.
Yeah, he got two levels on blitzers there.
Mm-hmm.
Zipper and Slim.
Yeah, and have I played him yet? No, I haven't played him yet. I really wish he'd stop getting levels on his blitzers. But yeah, I mean, this was the Drakwald Daylaborers. As of right now, I would say are one of the favorites in the division, barring horrific and hopeful injury to many of their players.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, you get that claw up in there. But everybody start paying attention to Moniker, because he's been looking mad smug over in the corner. Talking about, I don't know what skill I got to take. I've already got all the skills I want.
Yeah.
So, help him out. Help him out and get some guys, out of there. And then he'll have plenty of opportunity to think about what skills he wants to take. Because he'll be coming up from zero.
Because he'll be redeveloping him from fresh.
That's right. Yeah, if he's going to play like elves, let's treat him like elves and make him go through that rebuild cycle constantly. I don't know. I don't have enough good burns. I want something really salient, but it's not there. I don't have quite the stinging burn I want.
You're still a little stunned by your game against Moniker in week 1. I understand.
I wouldn't say stunned. Embarrassed, maybe? 3-1 is a rough one. All right, so should we move on? Yeah, you get revenge for me.
In the meantime, let's move on to the 1-1 tie between Traxbird's Culinary Delights and High Lord Salt, the Sauces, Nurgle's FTDs. These are my two Match day 12 and 13 from last week. One of these guys killed Hannibal, and the other one paid him to do it. So fuck them both.
Yeah, Sauce was putting the bounties, right? And then Culinary Delights did the dirty work. Is that how it went? Yeah. Look at that Beast of Nurgle closing way too far in. Oh, you know, these are all regulars, huh? On the Beast of Nurgle. Looking at the armor breaks, not too different. 7 to 12 in favor of the Nurgs. Blocks about the same difference, like 38 to 31.
So he's just squared up and traded punches.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Oh, this was the game. I forgot. Chlamydius the Sticky, Nurgle Warrior,
Right.
Nurgle's FTDs that died on like turn 2 or something like that. So this was a huge game for
me,
for Sauce, for you.
Yeah.
Huge game for Sauce, losing one of his better developed Nurgle Warriors
on a tie too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I am sympathetic. At the same time, I'm giddy. One less developed Nurgle Warrior and him having to bring a guy up from 0, like, sounds fantastic. Yeah, two deaths sustained, so he lost something out. I'm guessing a rotter.
A rotter, yep.
Yeah.
Just the lucky rotter.
Good. No, like medium SPP day for both. Were there any levels for Trox and his culinary?
Yep. His Tong Sang Chaos Warrior. That is miss next game, but he got a level. Let's see what he got. Tong Sang picked up Mighty Blow.
Huh.
So block guard Mighty Blow on that guy.
That's enough of that. Enough Mighty Blow.
He does not. He doesn't have. He only has one other one of those. He's got 2. Basically starting over Chaos Warriors because I killed one of them. Killed 2 of them, but one of them came back.
Right. Yeah, he's a little light on guard, if I remember, and he's a little light on Mighty Blow.
He's got the 3 now.
3 guard?
That he just 3 guard, and he just picked up his 4th Mighty Blow. So.
Right. So yeah, Culinary Delights had a pretty good injury day.
Yeah.
2 kills, 2 injuries, and one of those being like a very well developed Nurgle Warrior. Like that's a big day.
Yeah.
And I think I remember Sauce was a little sad in Discord about it. So,
yeah, he was pretty sad.
Yeah. Hang in there, buddy.
How does it feel?
Man, we took totally different tacks on that. I was all sympathetic, and you're just gloating.
No, I'm not gloating. Just happy.
Yeah. No, I mean, it works for me. That's for sure. All right.
I have him again towards the end of the season, I think.
We can, so I guess on to me. We talked about it a little bit in the beginning of the show, if anyone actually listened to that. But as you can see, Poke Chop's stealing an MVP, so that's fantastic. Just the way it goes.
Good, the old 5 or 6 lineman.
Yeah, I was able to force a touchdown onto Blopson in the game. So if you look at the SPP, Blopson got those 3 points. He was sitting at 2 for basically a whole season. Yeah, Pokechop's got the MVP. Blind Camping got his hurt. Bobby Duvall, that's the rusher for the Dwarfs.
Dwarfs picked up
Gary
MVP.
Cooper.
It's real close.
Yeah, this was a good tight game. You look at the numbers. It's he outblocked me, but we were basically banging. And then in the second half, I was avoiding him. I was just running around him. So he was. I felt like I was getting more blocks, or he was kind of in that. What's the way Ornan put it? Yeah, he was down tempo, and I had his guys down. But then he started getting back up and getting his guard standing, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just score.
Yeah.
And it was a good game. Kyle played a good game. Nothing disastrous happened to either of our teams, so I think we're both happy about that. I was almost worried that I was going to have to hit the Death Roller. Because what I really wanted, and is basically what happened, is I would keep the Death Roller basically as a non-factor in the game, but keep it alive so it can go, his block Death Roller can go deal with the rest of you guys for all season. Like I did, like I wanted him neutralized, but I did not want him dead. So that went well. I don't think I ever punched him once. Or maybe I punched him once. But yeah, no, it was a fun game. I don't know if you have any observations. It's weird talking
No,
about your own game.
I think early on, I think he was just all too happy to trade blows with his death roller on your troll. And,
Yeah.
I had mentioned this at the time. I thought that was missed opportunity. But he did end up figuring it out. I think he ended up having the death roller for both halves. Is that right?
He did. He got a bribe on a kickoff event. Oh, no, he had a bribe stadium. No, we were in his stadium, so he had the bribe stadium.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I was using it to foul. He was using it to save that death roller.
Yeah. It sounds like he got away from that in the second half, but no, that's good.
Yeah, and no, in the second half, I will say he even made a really neat play that I didn't. You know, I knew he was going to try to use break tackle to get the death roller after the ball, like, you know, break tackle one guy, blitz a screener, and then keep going, and then mark the ball with him, and that's exactly what he kept trying to do, and he was pretty successful at it. But he failed one dot, or no, he failed a GFI that kept him off my ball carrier, and then I was just away. Like, then I just ran away from him, and he could never. And I had a couple screeners with me, and I was able to even, like, pick my hand off and give it to Blopson for the score. So,
All right, that's enough talking about you.
Yeah, let's talk about you.
Let's move on to the Grody Green.
Grody Green's big win.
Big win over the Scholar Gentleman. Yeah, we're not talking about me. I didn't even play.
That's right. Dingay Dan. Getting a level on the move, carry. So this is carry goat.
Yeah.
And he hasn't picked a skill yet.
Hasn't picked it yet.
Ugh. The Grody Greens are gross. I don't think I play them until fairly late in the season, which makes me think either they're going to be even grosser and they're just going to rip me apart, or they'll get unlucky on the way and someone will rip them apart, which is kind of what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Scholarly Gentleman actually out armor broke and out punched him, but it didn't translate into scores.
Yeah, he was missing his Minotaur this game.
And forever.
I kicked it.
You armor busted it.
And it was armor busted. He's still on the team. Looks like he's keeping him. And he's still, like, his best blitzer by far. So he might keep him. But
that's tough in this division.
37% ball possession with 2 passes.
Yeah, 2 successful passes. 8 yards passing, so 2 short passes. 2 safe.
That's interesting.
What's it called? Yeah. Quick pass. 2 quick passes.
Mm-hmm.
And he ran the ball a little bit. He ran 50 yards, so he moved the ball around. I'm guessing the Greens just overwhelmed him. Because they are loaded with skills. Like, those Nurgle Warriors are gross.
And he's got that crazy
Kill Goat
Beast of Nurgle with the 6 strength.
Oh, the 6 strength Beast of Nurgle with block.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's a gross team.
Yeah, all things considered, though, both came out of this game with no injuries, no perms, and 2 levels, or 1 level each, I guess. So
yeah, 2 KOs across the whole game.
Yeah,
like 49 blocks. And
barely any
blocks.
armor breaks and barely any.
And 2 claw teams.
Removals. Yeah, although only 1 claw on the Grody Greens. And if I remember from playing Testria last week, only 1 claw for his team as well, with the Minotaur being out for that game, and that was on a piece without block or mighty blow. So not a lot of removal power in that sense against AV9. For either boy. All right, and then we're moving on to next up. We got our old pal Eat Pray Shove playing our other old pal Things Dwarves Hate.
Tim Nielsen.
Yeah. Beating him up. 2-0.
As God intended, vampires just jumping off the face of those slow-ass dwarves.
Yeah.
While Tim crunches potato chips and sighs aggressively into the mic.
Looks like, if you're looking at these MVPs, though, it looks like Tim won handily.
Oh, I haven't seen the... Oh, yeah, look at that. Strength injuries. Superstar
Strength
Blitzer.
Injury's got an MVP for a level, and Shove got MVP on a dead Thrall.
And he got doubles
That would have
on Strength
leveled.
Injury.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
He got Jump Up,
Jump up.
which is
Yeah.
perfect for this piece.
Yeah.
Because it's one of his faster pieces.
It's gonna
It's
get
actually
into position,
It's actually got 3 agility.
and he's gonna take Mighty Blow on it next.
He's already got Mighty Blow on it.
Or sorry, piling on. I mean, so piling on with jump up. Got jump up preemptively, but
Yeah, it's a good... I mean,
would you have taken dodge on this piece?
on which?
On strength injuries, it's got 3 agility,
Make him a pillar instead?
and he rolled doubles. He's got the chance to be like a backup ball carrier / you have dodge. That
You know,
you could actually use.
I was talking with Kyle about this, and I'm no dwarf coach, and I kind of despise them, so take this all with a grain of salt. I think one of the biggest problems dwarves have is that all the guys with tackle on their team are their slowest guys. So it's very easy to break away from dwarves, unless you make like a Rackle runner or something. So I'm actually kind of a fan, even though they're so loaded with tackle, you say, oh, they don't need any more tackle, they don't need any more tackle, but they can't actually get that tackle after skinks
Where
or
they need it,
elves. Yeah.
Or there's
So-
not pieces that you're blitzing with, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas this is a piece that you should feel totally comfortable blitzing with. And I kind of think like more often you should see blitzers, dwarf blitzers, picking up tackle if they're killers, even maybe in advance of piling on, because you're always taking piling on the slayers, who are your bangers really more. The blitzers are more utility guys, right? Like they're kind of meant to do it all. I would really think about tackle, not necessarily on this blitzer because he's so ridiculous. But
Yeah, I
like
think this one kind of, because he rolled strength, developed into
a beater, yeah.
this, yeah. But that's what I mean. I guess you could have used him as like a blodge 4 strength pillar, and with 3 agility, he could actually use the dodge to dodge away as well. But
yeah, actually, dodge would have been real good. That's a good point. No, he's making him out to be a banger, and that's his thought process. Is he wants him to jump up and punch again if he gets knocked down.
yeah, I think you pick jump up because you're saying this guy was always going to get piling on.
Right. But
So.
dodge makes him more versatile.
Yeah.
So yeah, way to blow it, Tim. Could have had dodge. Man, I love getting him in. I love getting him in on Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been a little more versatile with dodge, but I think he's building towards a purpose, and so that does make sense. Sadly for Pray Shove, who still had a lovely day and can't be too sad, getting an MVP on Mary Poppin Seeds. Mary Poppy Seeds. The Thrall, who I can't even click because he's already deleted him.
Oh yeah. Well, he's dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he doesn't even have to remove him. He just
Yeah, he's gone.
He's
He also
auto-removed.
lost another Thrall, a Rackle Thrall, Saving Private Ryan, who died, and a move busted Dirty Player Thrall, and a Mystic Scheme Vampire, Cafe Blanca, which is just good.
Buffet the Vampire Player. That's so good. I love this team. For all those injuries, I guess since they didn't score, it's still like a fairly meager... No, it's 16 points, so it's not that meager.
It's pretty decent haul for both teams on SP.
Yeah. I was going to say it's a little meager for if you're getting 5 injuries and a kill on 42 blocks. You'd think you'd see more, but I guess it just kind of stacked up on a couple guys. So the Death Roller took 2 of them. Schick, who I can't remember, he's a Slayer?
Schick is a long beard.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of exactly what you'd think the Dwarves would want. 68% ball possession, 42% blocks, or 42 blocks versus 22 for the Vamps.
Yeah.
5 injuries, a kill, 46 yards rushing, so they were able to move the ball. They were in the opponent's half for 43% of the time. And it translated to 0 points to 2.
Yeah. I didn't watch this game, but I was in Discord with Tim while he was playing it, and he was saying it sounded like he was winning when I was listening. He was all excited. He was removing thralls and making moves, and the Vamps, Shaky just managed to sneak out and score twice, and just I think Tim was very frustrated with being unable to stop him despite doing what he wanted to do.
Yeah, like his game plan was there, and it just didn't matter.
Just didn't matter.
I bet let's take a look at the dice rolls. I bet there was a lot of gazes in this. No? There were 2. He only used Hypnotic Gaze twice.
Yeah.
35 Bloodlust
four
successes.
Times. He only succeeded twice.
9 Bloodlust failures. Which isn't that bad, actually. 79%.
80%.
That's about right, yeah. Huh. Well, hey, congratulations, Shiggy.
Yeah.
I think I get these vampires soon, so I guess I'm happy that he's in a money crunch now, to having to replace a bunch of thralls.
Keep up paying for thralls, yeah.
Let me just take a look at him real quick in these vamps. It's always nice to click back in and see these nice red uniforms. Yeah, so he's down going into his next game. He's missing 2, but he's got a deep bench. He's got 14 players, down 2, so he's got 12 coming in the next game. 2 Agi busted thralls. That doesn't really matter.
Oh man, that Agi on Buffet the Vampire Slayer. That's what he just picked up against this game.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So now he's got the 6 strength
on a blodger.
Vamp, Ghost Bistros, and a Blodge Agi 5 Vampire.
And he's a good coach that knows what he's doing. That sucks. And I got him soon. I do have a lot of tackle, so maybe that'll help. All right. And down to the last game. Arabi's Rebel Rage Quit. And Le Grand Bleu. The Frenchest elves you ever seen. Who are on a tear, except for the tie this week. 28 armor breaks.
Big tie, look at that.
28 armor breaks on how many? On 37 blocks. To 34. Look at the elves banging in there.
Yeah.
I guess maybe they shouldn't have?
I mean, the
7 injuries, 2 kills.
2 dead elves, including a plus move catcher. Suggests maybe that.
Maybe it was the wrong strategy to bang.
But he probably, I mean, if I had to guess, I would think he was picking his chances, taking the shots where he could.
Well, if he's picking his chances, shouldn't he have 16
blocks, 28 breaks, 3 KOs, 7 Kaz, 2 kills. Like, it did not work.
No, and what, 16, 17, 20, 22 SPP going to a Chorf team in our division. Thanks. Thanks, Le Grand Bleu.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was not his choice to have a game go this way, but yeah, that's a tough match for Le Grand Bleu. So I know Iron Master and Holes had kind of picked these guys to win the division. Is that right? I think so.
Which one, Le Grand Bleu?
Le Grand Bleu, yeah.
Oh, Le Grand Bleu. It's not even grand. I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, look at it.
I didn't even notice that either.
It's Le Grand
I don't think anybody's noticed.
Yeah. I've been saying this for like a month now. Since they set the divisions aside.
Yeah,
wow.
It's like Big Blue.
Yeah, okay. Le Grand Bleu. I might just keep calling you the Grand Blue. I don't know.
Viva Le Glands.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, it's a setback for the elves for sure.
But
both in the standings and the injuries, and
yeah.
And a good game for the Chorfs. I mean, this is a team that I think most of the Bashy teams, which is all but 2 in the division, were real worried about. They're now weaker. They just took a tie. So I guess it's kind of good for everybody else. Except that the Chorfs are now accelerating towards more Claw and piling on and Mighty Blow.
So he has no Claw yet on this
yet.
team. But yeah, tons of Mighty Blow, Guard, and piling on.
Yeah. I mean, sooner or later he's going to run out of pieces to put piling on and Mighty Blow on. So if he just keeps not rolling doubles, like at least that's the upward potential. But you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe you just get to stand firm on him too.
It's true.
And it gets extra annoying.
Any other stats jump out or interesting? Not really. 1 pass, 1 catch for 16 yards. It was a good pass. That's a nice long pass. Appreciate that. The beautiful game. But yeah, I think that does it for the scores, and that takes us to spotlights.
Spotlights.
Hey, baby, kom me zien, laat me je zeggen wat ik heb. Hey, ik heb mijn broek laag, vet laag, yep, iedereen roept. Stop.
All right, so this week for spotlights, since we get to honeymoon in our own division, let's talk about these piece of shit humans. What do you think, Jimmy?
Yeah, the ones you just played last 2 weeks ago, and the ones I got coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, let's talk about how to pick them apart and tell everyone the secrets. Not that we actually know what to do, because as you can see, this is basically a rat team pretending to be a human team.
Yeah.
So of all these pieces, which of these insane pieces bothers you the most?
Well, the one I'm looking forward to kill the most is Sid the Shovel.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Because Moniker is previously a rat coach, played a lot of Skaven, and loves to make gutters with wrestle, dauntless, tackle, whatever, yada. Makes them into ball sackers.
Yep.
And he started doing that with Sid the Shovel, and then got rewarded with plus strength and plus agi.
You know, he almost didn't take the plus strength on this guy.
I remember, yeah. He didn't know if the 3 strength was worth it.
And I feel like I talked him into it, and now I'm paying for it. Yeah.
But
I agree. I think this is the scariest piece on the team.
Not even scariest necessarily, but definitely the one that like he's most proud of.
Well, he's a receiving threat. He's, you know, if he's not basically on the ground getting stomped at any moment, he can score.
He's got Harold, the 5 agi blitzer.
Yeah, and Harold's kind of a do-everything piece as well, with 5 agi. And a lot of people, people giving him a lot of grief about the guard on here, but it's really annoying. Because he's a blotcher, he's really hard to hit. He's armor 8, so he's as armored as anybody on this team, really. And he can put that guard wherever he wants, whenever he wants, and he can cage dive, though not as well as, say, Sid. Perfectly well. Yeah,
he can cage dive better than Sid, but
not hit the ball as well.
Popping the ball out, that's his job.
But he can run Harold through a bunch of screens and whatever, and basically throw guard on 2 different cage corners if you want.
Yeah. So that's the thing about this team. Although he did burn down Franz, his thrower, and some of his other developed pieces, it looks like. But because he's got so many of these like really specifically developed, lots of stat up players, there's tons of high value targets. It's really hard to protect them all. So he's going to have to put somebody who's really juicy, base him up on somebody on occasion, just because he's just got no other option. He's got like a limited number of guard guys. He's got to put a guard guy in there, and he's got one with 5 agility and blodge. He's gonna be put in there sometimes. Yeah, and I am looking forward to my chances at removing some of these pieces from their life.
Yeah, I mean, he can't rule of 5 this team.
Can't protect them all.
No, he can't protect them all. He's got a good bit of mighty blow, so he can punch. And this team's actually done pretty good in terms of removals, as I recall. He didn't beat me up very much, but I just couldn't fucking hold him. He was just, you know, he'd either pop in and take the ball away and then just run it down the, coast to coast it. Or he'd just, hang back and do what he wanted and then get the ball. And really the only thing he lacks is really a thrower, which he can still kind of sub Harold in with the 5 agility.
Yeah, and you can see he's rebuilding Franz, the thrower.
Yeah. But 0 points, so he's not trying very hard.
He was using him as he was using him as a sweeper before, and he had like block and tackle and stuff. And when he picked up Benedict in the off-season this year as a free agent, I think he sold or cut Franz and decided to rebuild him.
Yeah.
And I think he might if he's going to use them, really, he's going to use them. He's going to build them more as like as a passer. But
yeah, and then Benedict Arnold we haven't talked about yet.
Yep.
He's kind of one of these neat little do-everything pieces. He can hit and tackle, but he can go and apply guard. He's 4 agility, so he can get around the field real easy.
Yeah.
I found when I was playing him, you focus on Harold, and you focus on Sid, and you focus, who we haven't talked about Mog yet. You focus on those pieces, and Benedict Arnold is just running around wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
So that's another one. And if you look, he's really pretty guard heavy for a human team.
Yeah.
6? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
6.
6.
6 if you, yeah, JJ Jefferson's up in there.
Yeah, I can see JJ.
Which does not fit his naming scheme, so maybe that's a free agent?
He was a free agent, yep.
So yeah, Benedict Arnold is, I think, a piece a lot of people sleep on, because he doesn't, you look at him and he doesn't fit like an exact mold, and you're like, I gotta do this to this guy. He just runs around, applies guard where he wants, re-rolls shit with pro constantly, and can still like hit any dodgy piece at a very high level of effectiveness. You can't run away from this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's the theme of his team, is not... His blitzers are very all-purpose, all around.
Yeah.
He
and
doesn't
very agile.
have... Yeah, the high movement utility pieces with 4 agility or 5 agility that he can put where he needs them to be, so that Sid can pop the ball, or Mog can push a poop in.
Yeah. Mog is, I guess, the last thing to talk about here.
Yeah.
He has been a star since the day this team was made, pretty much.
Yeah, I think he rolled block in his first game with them or something.
Something like that. And I almost think, like, given he's fighting bloat so badly now at 1860.
He has embraced it. He's not fighting it anymore. There's no getting around it.
You hear him sweating, though. He's sweating on Discord about his bloat.
He's worrying about it, but he's not trying to cut team value now. He's trying to build around embracing the fact that he's going to be giving up inducements.
Yeah.
So he's thinking about what kind of stadium he's going to take and stuff.
But Mog is almost perfect in terms of team value contribution. In that he's a 5 movement ogre, so he can get with break tackle, he can get around the field pretty well. He's got his guard and he's got block, so he can go and bang with any big man out there. And it's real critical to this team to have that pillar to kind of lean on and cut one portion of the field off. And Mog does it great. Mog he's not flashy, but he's as good an ogre as I've ever seen.
Yep. And it fits his theme of mobile guard guy dodging out.
Yep.
To apply guard where you don't want it to be.
Where he wants it, yeah. And that's kind of the deal with these guys. So I don't know what advice to offer our fighting 4 mates. Try to kill all of his players. That would be my advice. Kill Harold. Benedict Arnold would be a good one to kill. Kill Sid, please. Mog the Mule, if you can kill him, man, I'll put a bounty up today. I'll put a bounty up for Mog, so I never have to play him again. But yeah, Moniker's got a fantastic team. I'd say he's the favorite in the division, in my opinion. Yeah,
until his team explodes.
It's coming.
It's
all
coming.
This hubris. I feel this hubris radiating off of you, Moniker.
Dun dun.
It's coming for you. It's not gonna be good for you. It's gonna be bad for you. All right. And I guess it might be a little out of order for us to do picks, but maybe we should give it a whirl. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll just take a look and we'll run through real fast.
Yeah.
They took an L, but you're not a bounce back, boy. I've been broke as hell, catch the check and bounce back. D-Town LAX, every week I bounce back. If you a real one, then you know how to bounce back.
So Rebel Rage quit. Robbie, he's got the week off, so that's nice. He's,
big haul last week and then a bye week this week.
That's fucking great.
Great.
I'm so thrilled.
And the Glam Blues coming off his Chorf match where he got beat up, and now he's running into Things Dwarves Hate.
Oh, I got confused for a second because I'm like, wait, didn't Tim just get stunted on by these guys? Oh no, he got stunted on by the Vamps.
By Vamps. Yeah.
I think it's going to go the exact same way. I think Things Dwarves Hate are going to beat up Legland Blue and maybe even hurt one of those good pieces. And I think Legland Blue is going to stunt all over Tim's face.
Yeah. It's gonna be like 3-0 with like 7 Kaz.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna go tie on this.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think either of these teams are going
1-1.
to make. Yeah, there's no one's advancing in the standings from this game. Everyone's just gonna get their tie, and then they're gonna sit right where they are or sink, like a stone made from slightly porous material that has some air bubbles that makes it sink a little slower than a regular stone.
Glandstone.
So yeah, well, what's your call here?
I can tie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, I think that makes sense. All right, on to Shiggy Shove and Grody Greens. What's the coach's Grody Greens' name again?
Lazarus.
Yeah. Lazarus is Grody Greens, Shiggy Shove. I don't know. What are you thinking here?
Oof. I hope a whole bunch of things die. That's what I'm.
Yeah, maybe this is a
what I'm
case
thinking.
where, the Grody Greens, they use that Beast of Nurgle, they tie up all the vampires, they can't do anything. But then the vampires, hypnotic gaze everything, and Grody Greens can't do anything. I'm going to call this one another tie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say this is a
Noticing
tie.
the trend. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
It sounds good.
All right.
Next up, we got the Scholarly Gentleman versus the Cowboy Doors.
Yeah,
This is Test Trail versus Kyle.
yeah,
Elmer.
it's a bunch of 9 armor, a bunch of Punchmans.
Frankincense. Yeah.
Kyle's got that Death Roller. Scholarly Gentleman have...
He's got that Minotaur Claw, Mighty Blow, piling on Juggernaut.
Yeah, that was his. That's not Trox's. That was his. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. I think those two big guys are just gonna almost, like Pacific Rim or something. Like two giant monsters right at the shoreline meeting, and then there's like a big splash, and all the people in the city just get rained on with the splash from the water. And then kind of nothing happens. Like the robot runs out of gas, and the monster just gets tired or something, and then it's a tie.
Did you watch Pacific Rim?
That's what happens in Pacific Rim, right?
That is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I think it is.
That's okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with a tie on this one.
That sounds good.
What are you thinking?
I think a tie sounds good.
Yeah.
I do think this guard advantage on Kyle is going to make setting up safe blocks for that Minotaur is going to be real difficult with Frenzy. He's going to have to really work at making things work in his favor.
And not getting trapped, right?
Yeah.
I think Kyle's going to have the same... I mean, Kyle's kind of always got the same thing in this division because there's so much Strength 4 going around. He's going to have to be careful with the Troll Slayers.
Yeah.
He did that with me a little bit. He kind of put his Troll Slayers right up against, like, Mighty Blow Black Orcs.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to be careful of that here because this is a team that can hurt you. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Or we'll
Next
see
up,
it be a tie.
we got The Secret of Your Success versus Culinary Delights, coached by Troxberg.
Yeah, so this is a tough one to call. I think I'm going to say this is going to be like a 4-0 victory for me. Just because the matchups, it's not because anyone's better than anyone else. It's just because, the matchups, I think it winds up, when I play the plays out in my head, looking through the whole game, like I imagine it and visualize it and actualize it. That's what my coach said to do. I could just see, and then I did a test game against Trox's team. I built Trox's team in the game with the custom team, and then I played it against the AI just to see how it would go, and I just stomped him. So I think that's how it's going to go. Yeah. I mean that's the truest predictor, right? Like you're a scientist. That's how it works, right?
That's scientific modeling. That's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
Just a rough approximation of what
the
your
actual outcome. Yeah.
That's all you need. Yeah. Yeah, and he's going to be out one of his Blockguard Mighty Blow pieces against you. So he's going to have 3 Chaos Warriors, and one of them's going to be a baby.
Baby boy.
Baby boy, but he does have some good. His beasts are better developed than Testrail, so it's gonna be
Yeah. No,
plenty of things for you to be keeping your eye on.
No, all jokes aside, I'm definitely paying attention to those gores. A couple, I think he's got the kill gore with the claw, yeah, the claw mighty blow guy, and he's got a carry one with like two heads and big hand or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he's got rackle goats too.
Yeah, so he's got kind of like all those pieces that you want, and so I'm definitely paying attention to it. I don't, you know, we'll see how. My hope really is I outmuscle him.
Yeah.
But you know, it's hard to say. Chaos is tough. It's a weird matchup.
Team value compared to his 1550. So you're giving up a ton of team value to him.
Maybe.
1550 to 1790. Yeah.
I got one very cuttable team value piece. Will I or won't I? Who knows, T?
Either way, he's gonna have enough to be able to get a bribe or something.
Yeah, no, he'll get some inducements on me.
Yeah.
He took that. I mean, losing that Chaos Warrior, I think it changes the TV.
Trimmed
scheme.
him up.
Yeah. All right, enough about me. As much as I love to talk about my team.
Yeah. Next up is Knuckles FTDs versus Big Green Weenies.
Yeah, Sauce and Havoc. Both having a blast in the
Havoc.
Fighting Fours. Loving this division.
Of them love to punch things, take names,
and play games. Yeah. Taking names and playing games. I think this is going to be the rare dual pitch clear, where it comes down to two non-blocked players, just the last two players on the field, and then both down happens, and they both just fall over, and then the game breaks because it doesn't know what to do. And then they accidentally verify their game, and then it's a 0-0 tie. So I'm gonna pick a tie in this game.
No, I was gonna say 2 levels picked up by Havoc Sweeney's. Picked up Pro and Tackle, and so he's got a block Mighty Blow Tackle Pylon Pro piece, and a Strip Ball Tackle block piece. So it's got like a pseudo ball popper and a killer, a frenzy pylon. And man, this team is made for one thing.
Yep.
It does not involve a ball. and he plays that way for sure. So
yeah.
I think he's going to be able to go toe to toe with Salt, who also is one who likes to throw some punches. Although he does tend to play the ball a little bit.
He does. I think Sauce is going to try to play the ball in this game.
Yeah, he does have a ball-carrying Pestigore with 2 heads and sure hands and stuff. But
yeah. No, I think it's going to boil down to. I mean, both teams can remove pretty well.
Yeah.
Greenie, the Weenies are the punchiest orc team I've ever seen.
Yeah. Scott, his black orcs too. One of them's missing block, but 3 Mighty Blow, 4 guard, 3 block. On his spread out on his black orcs. That's going to be tough to punch through.
Well, and he wants to swamp you. Like when you watch him play, he really wants to swamp you and put guard all over you and mighty blow all over you, and then just eventually break your guys down. Sauce is one of the few teams that can probably hold up to it okay, especially with like no claw.
Actually has significant guard disadvantage against Havoc. He's only got 2 guards.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's going to be...
He lost one on the Nurgle Warrior. I think he only had 3, and he lost the one. And in this division, that's rough.
That's huge guard advantage for the orcs, who equal them on strength, at least.
But if I remember, I guess I'll pop over and take a look at the Nurgle here. They got a bunch of claw, don't they?
They got
not
one.
That much. Not that much.
Just one claw mighty blow piece. Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's going to come down to how well he can control that claw, how much work that claw does.
Well, and how much he can control position and like play the ball. Like, can he outmaneuver Havoc and get those scores?
Yeah.
While Havoc is basically trying to pitch clear him the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got that beast too. Oh, we were talking about this beast before. Yeah.
Yes. bunch of normal skills, but really well developed.
And good against
normals.
orcs. This is
Yeah.
a good. A beast like this is a pain in the ass for orcs. And he's pretty good at moving this beast around. Like I remember when I played him, the
He
beast
gets
was
it
all
in
over the
there.
place. Yeah, he frees it up and he makes the punches, frees it up, and then he runs the beast across and ties up the ball carrier, or ties up people that are in strategic positions or whatnot. So I think it's gonna. A lot of it'll come down to like the way he plays the positioning game and how he approaches Havoc's kind of insatiable bloodlust.
Yeah.
All right.
Just don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself.
You fight
Kids.
through every fight. Both of you.
Fight every fight.
Both of you dreading being in this division. You got thrive in this division. You can come out tempered steel.
Yeah.
And then when you make the playoffs, no one's gonna be scared of you because you came out of here. You came out of the tough streets of the Fighting Fours.
No one's gonna be scared of you?
Yeah. No, wait. You're not gonna be scared of anyone. And maybe no one's gonna be scared of you, but you're not gonna be scared of them either. So it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So look at this last match.
Oh boy, look at that.
It's the Thriller in Manila.
Drakwald Daylaborers versus Thick, Rich, and Creamy.
Wow, this is an easy one
of
for
those
me.
teams is amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a matchup nightmare for Drakwald Daylaborers. Thick, Rich, and Creamy, I think, has all the tools at their disposal that they need to handily deal with the upstart humans. I'm picking you. I'm picking the Necro in this one.
Yeah, I like my chances. It does suck that just last game I lost a tackle werewolf, which was going to be really critical for my game against Moniker here. It really is going to suck having baby werewolves. But I do have the Franks that are really well developed. I'm going to have a whole bunch of Mighty Blow now. I have a tackle white. He's niggled, but he's still there. I got guard. I'm going to be able to match up with him on. So I think it's reasonable. I think I have a decent chance.
Yeah.
But having played Moniker many times, he always seems to find a way to sneak a guy into a place that I didn't think he could get in, and screws up my whole plan. So I think it's going to come down to, can I remove his pieces faster than he can sneak them into my butt and find places to screw up my plan.
So gotta clinch your butthole.
Yeah, I think
That's
there's
tight.
a good chance. There's a good chance that he wins, but I think there's an even greater chance that I punch up all his guys and I take it down.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
Feel good. Feel good about my chances.
Yeah. Fighting shape. Was the Drakwald Daylabor is going to come in like Mike Tyson when he fought Buster Douglas, all fat and overconfident. So
He is quite fat compared to my. I think there's like going to be 300 something team value difference here. Right now it's like 390, but I got to pick up some more zombies before the game.
you decide what you're gonna what star player you're gonna bring into the mix.
Nah, I gotta see.
Nice.
Gotta keep a secret weapon. Oh, did I just give it away?
All right. Well, that does it. That does it for the Fighting Fours. It's been a joy to cover the division for a week.
Yeah. And I don't know how much longer we're going to be covering division. I think we are not your long-term recappers, but happy to fill in. It's been a pleasure playing with all you guys.
Yeah.
Like everybody in this division. It's a fun division. You know, they don't give us any elves, but we don't need no elves. We got each other.
Yeah. We got fists of love going right in each other's faces like fairy kisses. Or Eskimo. Wait, no. What's the one? The butterfly kisses. We're showering each other with butterfly kisses. All right. Well, so yeah, I think that does it for the show this week. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks Division 4 for joining us this week, and maybe another, but probably not long term. But who knows? Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
But and sorry for no highlights this week, if any of you all noticed. But I've been very busy, and we had 3 divisions to cover, so we kind of focused on that. But yeah, it's been fantastic, and don't do things when you shouldn't do them. I don't know.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Then you'll come up with a line like that.
Don't do drugs. It's dangerous and dumb. That's my words of wisdom for this week.
Doesn't even rhyme.
No. Oh, and I do want to give people shout out. People were giving us mad messages this week, kind of giving us information on the games. It's very, very helpful, so keep them coming. And we'll see y'all in a week.
Yeah.
Later, Jamokes.
Goodbye.
I'm a Republican. I just stick to my guns. All right. So, do we want to do moniker?
Yeah.
All right.
We're skipping picks, right? We're not gonna do picks.
We should do picks. It'll be fun.
All right. We'll be quick.
Yeah, we'll be quick.
I guess we're not gonna like keep track of it or anything.
No.
If we're only gonna give them for like 1 or 2 weeks, but
we could just say, you know what we should do? We should pick a tie on everyone except our own games. I think that'll be a funny gag. Give nobody picks. Okay.